Nerd could rise up. It could get elevated. Nerd could rise up. It could get elevated.
So,
Nerd
My fellow nerds, we're back for part 2. We only took 2 hours on 2023 and didn't finish. We're under another time frame, so we're going to get going. Welcome to State of the Nerd Part 2.
welcome to Every Man's Guide to Nerddom, where we are two 40-something-year-olds who talk about pretty much whatever we want. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kyle, and I want us to have a new intro now. I'm still not coming to terms with this, but thank you guys for popping in, listening, checking us out. If you'd like to be part of the community, there is a link in the show notes down below for our Discord. Click on that, check it out, join the Discord. Lots of conversation and stuff happening. Do that after you like and subscribe and all that stuff that we're supposed to say that we want you to do. All kinds of cool conversation going in there. Anything that you're interested in as far as like video games, movies, anime, ball sports, Funkos, food, pictures of Chris. They're all there. So you guys go check that out, except for maybe
That
the
channel's
last
the
one.
least used channel.
It is. There's still so many notifications of things that I haven't looked at in there that I probably will never check. So if you guys are into that, check it out. Also, Chris and I stream on Twitch. You can find Chris and I there over that side. Guyver Unit 01, GUYVERUNT 01, myself under KSIG, K_SIG. We play typically on the weekends together or whenever we get a chance. Choaf, who is in the show with us right now, also joins us. We do new games on Friday night. We try to do some indie horror or whatever just kind of grabs our fancy on Saturday night. So you guys check it out. We've been playing, we played Pummel Party last night. Friday night, we did a little golf with friends. Use that term loosely. And it's usually a good time. We've also been playing some Lethal Company. If we can ever get Choaf on board, we'll play some Pal World. I don't see that happening, though.
Not anytime ever.
No. Do it, Choaf.
So let's introduce our guests. First off, let's start with Dr. Justin's back.
Doctor.
Mr. Jaleb, Doctor. Thank you for being here. Dr. Justin is our resident Flash/DC/Star Wars/ a lot of hidden knowledge for everything and anything.
Useless knowledge.
Well, that's pretty much our show. But that's why you fit so well here. So thank you for being back, Dr. Justin. Next off, I'm just going in order of what my screen looks like. We've got Mr. B-Rob. Mr. B-Rob is our resident expert in Star Wars, Marvel, many comics. He has a lot of knowledge about just about everything. Sports is one of his big ones.
I got lucky and won fantasy football.
And he also won fantasy football, which I think we're probably going to be hearing for the next 9 months.
At least.
Well, you know what? As well we should. He won. He has bragging rights. Next up, we have Choaf, where his pronouns apparently are he, him, and shimp. His Grand Inquisitor Choaf is here. Choaf is our resident Weird Al expert. Choaf also has strong feelings on the transfer portal. Okay, next up, we're moving on. We will be having a full episode on that. I have been contacted by no less than 3 people this week telling me how much they enjoyed listening to Choaf and B-Rob go at it because they both made valid points. It wasn't because it was just arguing. It was actually well thought out arguments.
Was it Choaf and B-Rob contacting you, telling you how much they enjoyed the listening back to? I feel like that's what happened.
And the paid person.
My mom came through. Yes.
The check's in the mail.
I'm just proud B-Rob can have a well thought out debate. I didn't know if it was possible.
Touche.
For those that need reference, go back to our debate episode from last year. So
we were talking about that.
To be fair, he was hungover as hell.
It was brutal. I will never do another podcast after Splash. That was the worst idea ever.
We were.
And honestly, whether I wouldn't have been that prepared, I wouldn't have been near as prepared as you two were for the dark side. So kudos to that. But there's no way. But in the car ride the next day with Chris, like I was just going off about all the stuff that I thought of after the fact. I'm like, I cannot believe that I didn't bring this up. That's I was eating my cheeseburger and being hungover.
It was amusing. So Kyle, where did we leave off at?
Well, we covered everything from we didn't cover everything, but we covered a lot of what happened in 2023, some notable events. Our plan for this episode is talk about looking forward now. Well, we're going to talk about
the deaths.
Yeah, we're going to talk about those that we lost. And it's a long list. We were talking pre-show. There's a lot of people that passed away that I don't think I realized that passed away, or chose we thought they were actually dead, but they, I guess now finally are. I don't know.
They finally died.
They finally actually did die.
So
there's a lot of NASA people, a lot of NASA people. And so I think what we're going to do is we're going to go through that. We're going to we've got a kind of hodgepodge list because I made a list, Chris made a list, and it kind of got smushed together. And we'll go through it. We'll talk about some of these. If you guys on the panel, if there's anybody that just really jumps out to you that had an effect, or you're that's,
nerd culture.
For nerd culture, I don't want to diminish the lives of anybody that we're listing off here, but if something that kind of hits you a little extra hard, or you feel like it hit communities that we're involved in a little extra hard, just jump in anytime. Okay?
Like when we talked about when Chadwick died.
Mm-hmm.
That one hit all of us hard.
Yeah.
So one thing I kind of want to go back on after we got done with the show, I kind of kicked myself on the flops. Not necessarily what we considered a flop, but box office flop. Because we watched it last week. Lily and I did. The Marvels.
Oh, yeah.
Considered a flop of 2023. Yeah. But we watched it. I actually enjoyed it, but I like that kind of comedy.
You should have to sing your entire review.
Well, I may, but you may get mad at me for that. You know what? I'm gonna every time I call you now or I talk to you, I'm just gonna sing.
Yeah, you better start texting then because I'm not answering.
I thought it was a great movie too. So
I did too. One thing I will say that I did think the ending was kind of weak. That was my opinion. I thought that the main character, bad guy, the baddie, I thought she was a throwaway character, and it kind of I had no attachment to her.
Yeah.
Why do you create a character when you have all these great ones to go from?
From the Kree Empire, especially.
Right.
Well, I don't know if they were trying to get a female, baddie in there. That it is Tom Hiddleston's wife, so that may have.
Oh, that really actually is his wife.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, there could be that.
That may have.
Really?
Yeah. The main baddie.
What, he just dating Taylor Swift not too long ago, 2 years ago, maybe?
It would not.
Okay. Also,
that's 3 Taylor Swift albums ago.
Dr. Justin, our resident Swiftie.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
did you see his face? Oh yeah.
I know the answer, but I'm not going to say the answer. That's where he's at right now. Can't out himself.
Who's Taylor Swift?
I do know that stuff. I just don't know the catalog.
Engaged to her.
Yeah, but
also, I was wondering, with all the NASA deaths, what came out last year? All of the UFO sightings and everything.
Oh yeah, didn't it?
Wondering.
We did not talk about that
the aliens
either.
took them home.
So we can start. We can have a whole conspiracy theory episode.
Conspiracy theory.
We need an aliens episode, not the movie.
God, that would be
That would be a fun episode to do because I've held on for 25 years. I've got a conspiracy theory.
That would be a whole yearly, or not a yearly. It'd be like a weekly podcast for you guys.
We're calling it the Dale Gribble talk show hour.
The Rusty Shackelford.
The Rusty Shackelford hour. Yes.
Yeah, I know some people we could get on there that could just make it extra lively. It'd be fun. We'll get Frank on here. That'd be great. So okay. So let's start with the deaths. Probably this one's arguably the biggest death that probably hit the most people, I think. And every list that I did a search on,
he was number 1 on that list for deaths last
Probably
year.
the most shocking, but
Shocking, but not
necessarily
shocking at the same
not
time.
surprising. Yeah.
Was Matthew Perry of Friends.
Mhm.
Also kind of a recency bias in that also, isn't it?
Probably. Yeah.
It's like the most recent biggest name that happened.
I'll be right back, guys.
Well, and in the name that affects more younger people, I guess it's not like someone, Raquel Welch. I mean, she was incredibly influential,
Yeah.
but a
Mhm.
lot of her followers are probably, big fans, might be. But with Matthew Perry, like, watched him all throughout college and Friends, and
Well, yeah, and just the fact that like Friends kept streaming over and over again, like there was new generations of fans that kept coming up.
Yeah, and it still is. It's still one of the most like when like we discussed the other day when it leaves a streaming platform, like people go
They follow it.
subscribe to the new streaming platform. Like, you guys have watched this 52 times. It's like, stop.
Yeah, it's like the fact, like the go-to. I don't know what I'm going to watch. I'm going to binge something today and like lay on the couch and eat ice cream and be sad about life. It's like I'm going to throw on, not me personally, but like that's like the thing around it. I fought watching Friends for so long. I refused to because my stepmom was like obsessed with it and watched it all the time before it was the thing to watch it all the time and binge it, like way back in the day. And I'm like, I'm not watching this. Like I just, it was on all the time. And I want to watch something else. I want to watch Ren and Stimpy or Beavis and Butthead. And I couldn't because they were always watching friggin' Friends. So it took me a long time to get into it.
it's also one of those shows that if you go back and watch it, one, for me, a lot of it, I'm like, that's not really funny. But then also there's a lot of cringy stuff that's like, oof, I don't think you can say that these days.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of moments. I mean, it's a nice little mid 90s, late 90s time capsule.
Sure.
In TV and we all got sucked into it. Like that's like us. If I go back and watch it now, it's a nostalgia trip. Like all these things that just kind of kick back, but it is still funny though. It's still so funny. Oh, you had to go do the pivot.
No, I've had it on.
Oh, you did? Okay, I didn't even notice.
And my whole thing with him is like Almost Heroes with him and Chris Farley, the movie with him and Chris Farley.
Wasn't that Farley's last movie?
No, Wagons East was his last one.
It was?
With,
Okay.
John Candy. I think
it was John Candy.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
and I don't think he finished that. Wait, yeah, that was John Candy. Yeah. Maybe Almost Heroes is his last one.
What kind of got me with Perry was like one of my favorite movies of all time is The Whole Nine Yards with like him, Bruce Willis, Rosanna Arquette, Michael Clark Duncan. Like that was an awesome movie. I loved it. Amanda Peet. Like it was such a cool movie, and I liked him probably at the time more for that movie than I did Friends. So let's see.
There was the one with Salma Hayek that I liked.
Oh, what was that one? I know which one you're talking about.
Only Fools Rush In or something like that.
That's it. Fools Rush In, something like that.
Yeah. That was a good one. And it had Selma in it. Tommy Smothers of the Smothers Brothers from Laugh-In.
Mm-hmm. Some of their stuff was so funny back then.
Oh,
like
yeah,
it held.
Yeah,
I don't know if you guys saw any recent interviews with him. Like he didn't do as many because he was ancient at this point, but he was still just as sharp as could be. Like the guy was funny. The comedy world lost a big one. Next up, Richard Mall.
I have a record of those two. Oh,
really?
That's the Smothers Brothers. I don't think it's a Christmas album, but it's something like that or something weird.
Richard Mall, Bull from Night Court.
Yeah, that sucks. That's like one of my favorite old classic TV shows.
Well, he was great, and just like even post Night Court, like he had some really good roles. He was just a big lovable guy. And then I actually saw this interview where Roz came back for the new season of Night Court this season, I guess.
Yeah.
And her and John Larroquette just kind of saw each other for the first time in, like he said, 20 something years. And they just both started crying because it hit them that they're the last two.
Yeah.
From the cast.
I didn't think about that.
Richard Mall, I love like a core. I mean, growing up watching Night Court, but also like one of the first horror movies I remember watching was House, and he was Big Ben in
Yeah.
House.
He
Yeah.
was, wasn't he?
Yeah,
I love
that
House.
that's such a cool movie.
He
I got
played
that.
good horror roles.
Yeah, but he was
Yeah,
just
he did.
he was an awesome. He's like a big dude. Like if you needed the big guy back in the '80s, you got Richard Mole. But from what I could always understand, he was just like an awesome person.
They said
Yeah,
he's just
he
a gentle
always seemed like
giant.
it.
How do you pronounce his last name? Andre Brower?
Brower.
Brower from
That's Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Brooklyn
He was
Nine-Nine.
yeah. I didn't know he died. I missed that somewhere. Like there's a lot of these that I missed. Like I didn't know they passed away.
I remember I remember them saying, yeah, he died.
Which that was
like,
just a little over a month ago.
Yeah, it was recent.
Recent. Yeah, and that one was
Cancer?
unexpected too, I believe, wasn't it?
was it cancer though or something?
Had
I'm thinking of somebody else.
They just said brief illness is what CNN had, and he was 61. He didn't look 61. He was like one of those that didn't look his age.
Yeah, he never aged.
Yeah.
He'd been looking 60 since he was 30, kind of thing.
One of those. Yeah.
But yeah, he was the perfect straight man on Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh yeah,
it was just the perfect casting. He was so good on that.
What else was he from? Was he from The Wire?
Was he on The Wire? There was a lot of people from The Wire.
He had another big one.
That's another show I never watched.
He was on Homicide, Life on the Street, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I need to get my IMDb pulled up for this. I'm not prepped. Hold on.
You'd look at that. Let's go on, or else we're never getting through this. This big one for I know Justin and B Rob, Michael Gambon. Who was he, B Rob?
Dumbledore was probably
Number
what
two.
Yeah.
So that was a big one, and he was a prolific stage actor in Britain.
Yeah.
That's what he was best known for over there. David McCallum, Ducky from NCIS.
Yeah, that one sucks. He was like a favorite character.
Oh, he was great. Well, how old was he? Wasn't he in his like 80s?
He was
that or late 70s.
He was on up there.
Little known fact about David McCallum. He is one of the things that he's best known for that you don't know that he was best known for. He did a track when he first started off from what was it, The Man from U.N.C.L.E.?
Oh yes, that's the
that's where he was from. He created an album, a music album. And the theme, that you may know it from is the next episode. Dun 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 dun. Yep.
It was like one of the most sampled. Like it was sampled
ever.
a ton before that too. Yeah, I didn't even realize that. Yeah, that was.
He is the creator of that.
Call him OG. Okay.
You wouldn't think this from this little white British guy.
Looks like an English professor.
So. Another one that I can
but
probably, yeah, hell yeah, that I can probably safely say for the 5 of us is that this one hit hard on all of us is Paul Rubens.
Yep.
Because he was a big part of all of our childhoods.
Mm-hmm.
Pee Wee Herman. Just a great individual. And it hit a lot of celebrities hard too. And then I can never say, is it posthumous or after death? What is the after death word?
Oh shoot, I know it until you said it.
Posthumous.
Yeah, posthumously.
Oh, posthumously, he released on YouTube his foundation. He had it ready for his death. They said, redone. Was it Pee Wee's Broadway special released on YouTube like a couple weeks after his death? Remastered for free.
Huh. I didn't know that.
Steve Harwell.
I didn't realize that one. I was like, oh, that sucks. Because I was, back at NSU, I was supposed to see them live. They're supposed to come.
Mm-hmm.
And they, I think their guitarist sister died or something. So that got nixed. And then it just got completely canceled.
Steve Harwell, for lead singer of Smash Mouth.
Smash Mouth, yeah.
He was only 56.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like how we're like, he was only 56.
Well, I mean,
you remember when that was ancient?
Yeah. And
I remember when
really
25 was ancient.
Yeah.
That's really not like old anymore, honestly. Like, yeah, if you're younger, that sounds older, but like people in their 50s and 60s now look way different than people in their 50s and 60s did 20, 30 years ago, just because I think we're just most of us taking better care of ourselves. So,
And medicine's keeping us alive longer.
plastic
Less
surgeries.
smoking.
Yes, probably.
Well, define smoke.
Well,
Jimmy Buffett.
mm-hmm.
That's
that one hit
that's a
tough.
big-
I just Jimmy Buffett on repeat forever when I was younger. Just awesome to listen to. Just chill at the lake or chill at the river, whatever. Like if there's water and beer involved, it was like you has to have Jimmy Buffett's in the rotation somewhere.
Gotta be some Hawaiian shirts somewhere.
Yeah, 100%.
Yep.
That's probably the biggest music loss as far as like followers, the parrot heads, people that,
Yeah.
all of
Yeah.
that. Even with the Margaritaville, casino stuff. I mean, it's a huge.
Did you say casino stuff?
Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
he's right.
it's.
He's
I
right.
mean,
Yeah, they're
It's-
building another big one in Kansas City.
yeah. So I mean, it's that's
Oh,
a
it's the Creek?
huge.
I just know they're building one. I don't know who's doing it.
Oh.
Okay,
'Cause I
that
got
casino stuff.
hit up
Never mind. I
about
thought
that
you were
job.
talking about like old people
Okay.
sitting at the slot machines listening to Jimmy Buffett and just
And all that.
pushing them. I forgot about the whole margarita.
Marge.
I forgot about the whole
Give me a
Margaritaville thing. Yeah.
quarter. Let's finish up.
Another musician that kind of, I wouldn't say reinvented himself, but really kept up with the times and really made himself relevant, Tony Bennett.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No, I would
With everything
say
did
he
with Lady
did.
Gaga.
And he became really good friends with her. Yeah.
Mhm,
Oh, that was last year, wasn't it?
mhm.
Let's go on the musician trend. One I forgot to put on there that he's one of my favorites, Gordon Lightfoot, the poet laureate of Canada.
He was on my list.
Well, he was on your list, but I
You're welcome, Choaf.
Thank you.
Bob Barker.
Our-
Everybody's childhood.
I say
Mhm.
our childhood mornings just got hit hard this last year.
Leaker. This was a big one too. Arlene Sorkin. Anyone know who she is? Justin, you should.
The voice talent, Batman. If I remember right.
Quinn.
Harley Quinn.
There you go. That's what
She
it
was
was.
the original Harley Quinn, and they actually based the Harley Quinn character off of one of the characters she did. From it was an early movie, I think. In the 60s, something like that.
She also on Days of Our Lives.
It was pretty
Everybody-
famous.
Everybody was on Days of Our Lives.
That's
At
true. Well,
some
she
point.
was in
I was on Days of Our Lives
427.
at some point.
Yeah, she was in 427 episodes of Days of Our Lives. So,
Okay.
I'll say one or
She's
two.
more of a bit player.
yeah, she didn't have a big role. That's what.
Johnny Hardwick. Anyone?
Who'd you say?
Johnny Hardwick. No? Dale Gribble,
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
who was in the King of the Hill reboot, but now they have to rewrite it. That's a lot gone from King of the Hill.
Are they
lot of the
taking him
main
out, taking him
characters.
out, or they're going to recast?
They haven't said. I
Yeah,
have
I mean, as much as it sucks, I think that's a voice that could be recast
I do too.
because it's
But you won't get it's not the same pocket sand.
not the same pocket sand. But I think that's one that so many people have like imitated the voice that I think it could be redone. It would just have to be the right person.
It's
Like it's not
replacing-
just you can't just have the person that have someone that can do the voice. I think you actually have to have the right person to do the voice.
Yeah.
That makes
It's like replacing Morty. This year.
With Justin. Yep.
Yeah.
Big one for us too, Ray Stevenson. Ray, who was most recently they released it after his death, Ahsoka.
Mhm.
What was his character there? Balin.
Yes.
I can't even remember.
Scoff,
Balin Scoff.
something like that.
He was also in the Marvel universe.
it's in Black Sails.
Oh,
Oh, he's
yeah,
Volstagg.
Volstagg. Mm-hmm.
He was in the G.I. Joe too.
Who was
Didn't
in
he
G.I.
also,
Joe?
Didn't he sing the
Firefly.
streak?
Oh, he was. He was in the Street.
No, he sang The Streak.
Ray Stevens. Ray
Wrong
Stevens.
one.
He's still
I
alive.
looked at that name. I looked
Did you
at that
see
name
my
too, and
face
I'm
for
like,
it?
is
I
that-
thought about it. I went, did
Don't
he?
look, Ethel.
Because that'll hit me hard when Ray Stevens dies.
It's just funny to think about Ray Stevenson singing The Streak. So it made me giggle.
I liked it. That was a good one because you got me on that. Lance Reddick. That's a big one too.
Yeah.
Lance, who was the concierge in the John Wick movies,
Mhm.
the four
He
John
was
Wick
fun-
movies.
He was in a lot of really good sci-fi stuff towards the end of his career.
And
The
video
Wire.
games.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's the one from The Wire. Yeah, Lance Reddick. And then
Yeah.
he was
Destiny.
he was a big one in Destiny. After the day of
And-
his death, all these players, you can look it up in Destiny, gathered around who the character he played, and they all kind of took a knee and bowed.
Yeah. And
It was really
in
cool.
Horizon, the Horizon Forbidden West series, or
Oh, he was
Horizon
in there?
Zero Dawn. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was the main bad guy in that. And like they patched in, I think, a huge memorial for him where he died in the game, which he died in the game anyways, but
But still.
Yeah. I liked him in Lost, in Fringe, in like a lot of
yes, Fringe. Yeah, I completely forget that he's in that. That was a great show.
Yeah, so he chose some really good roles and was always in our nerddom with a lot of the stuff he chose.
Next,
we're
Mary
on to-
Cleave.
Yep. So we're on to my part list. I added notes because I can't remember who something. I had to make
First
notes.
woman to fly on a post-Challenger space shuttle mission. So she's a early pioneer for women in
Mhm.
space, which is awesome. Marty Krofft. This one was a big one for me because Sid and Marty Krofft, the brothers who did HR Puffin stuff, Willie the Whistle, Sigmund the Sea Monster, and Land of the Lost. Known for those big googly-eyed puppets.
Mhm.
How high are you right now?
Oh, dude, I love HR Puffin stuff, and not high enough.
Always the answer.
Frank Borman, commander of the first moon orbit mission.
More NASA stuff.
I'm actually interested to hear Justin and B Rob's take on this next one. Bobby Knight.
Good riddance.
Huge, colossal loss as a sports figure, as a coach.
It's just like this.
Colossal.
There's a
You
huge
would
lot.
have a whole generation of coaches without guys like him.
Oh, uh-oh.
We almost had a sighting.
We did
good
have a
thing.
sighting.
That's a good thing that there's going to be a whole generation of coaches not like him because the dude was a bully. So
Yeah, I mean, we're not gonna have...
glorified the toxic masculinity that can sometimes overtake basketball or sports in general. The dude was just all about more about himself, it seemed like, but then you know.
I think that's the thing. It seems like, I mean, I get what you're saying, but there's also how many young men's lives did he change and get on a better path because of how he gave them what they didn't need or what they didn't have, whether it was at home or throughout their life. So, I mean, I feel you. I mean, it's the same thing with like Bear Bryant. I mean, he was a bully. I mean, he was to an extent. So I just think, I mean, that's always the kind of, I mean, barring the throwing of chairs and stuff like that. But,
Yeah,
I mean,
choking
who's gonna
players.
choke our children now
Yeah.
in the locker room?
As one does.
Yeah, but
I think we're
his
just.
looks amazing. So
I see where Justin kind of comes from that though. It is maybe not even as much Bobby, but the amount of coaches that tried to emulate that without the the coaching ability to back it up.
Or the record, yeah.
Or the record, yeah. And I'm not talking like even college level. I mean just like lower level. There was I had some of those coaches.
well, but it's also it's all the coaches too that took the good things and didn't put in the throwing, the tempers, the tantrums, the choking, stuff like that. It's all the things that, hey, this guy did this really well. I want to emulate this.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's just like anything. Like this looks success. I mean, that's a whole other thing that we could.
I think he did pay for a lot of his sins. That's why when he passed, there wasn't this huge thing. It's not like, oh man, the greatest of all time. He really hurt his legacy. So I think that also taught a lot of the future coaches and other people the right route to go. So I don't want to take away his entire legacy, but at the same time, very problematic dude.
Do you think he tarnished his legacy?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're all in agreement on that.
Yeah. No, there's no way you do the things he did and you're just not tarnished. I mean, his name's removed from Indiana, basically. I mean, he lost his announcer job. He lost anything to do with, USA basketball or any opportunity he could have had there.
Next, was a man named Richard Roundtree. He was a bad mother.
Shut your mouth.
Oh, my bad. The original
You didn't need me for that one, Chris. Yeah. See?
Yeah, good. Well, you both got it, so we're good. The original Shaft.
Mm-hmm.
I will tell you, I did see an interview with him. He was extremely thankful to the fans who still remembered him as Shaft. He was very humble. He actually was. Really down to earth guy. So kind of cool.
Wasn't there some other cool stuff he did besides? Hold on.
I don't know. That's the only thing I know him from.
I thought he did some like later on in life, or maybe it was like cameo type. Known for Shaft, Brick.
What were you gonna say, Justin?
I was gonna say, if you're known as the big black dick that gets all the chicks, you don't need to be known for anything else.
You're not wrong. No.
How'd you know my
also
nickname?
shares that. It's like it's not just him that is that. So yeah, but yeah.
So, that's the only thing I want to be known for. So yeah.
Amen.
All right.
Wow.
I'm not sure it'll happen.
Wow.
No offense.
Hey, there's time. There's time.
True.
Oh, he was in the remake or reboot or whatever it was that came out like a few years ago.
Jackson?
Yeah, he was John Shaft Sr. Okay.
There was
Lethal
Shaft
Weapon?
and Shaft.
Okay.
Suzanne Summers.
Mm-hmm. Thighs Around the World Were Sad.
Yes,
And
there
then-
were.
And
What was that product she did?
The Thigh Master.
Thigh Master. That's right. That's right.
The old mobile good girl, bad girl machine.
Oh, I loved those commercials.
Didn't we all? Speaking of things that impacted our childhood. Yeah.
I was thinking that she was the last. Like, I didn't think anybody else was living on Three's Company, and I just looked it up. Like the other
Janet's
girl,
still alive, right?
Yeah, she's still alive. I didn't realize that.
She's got to be in her 90s.
She's 80. She's 80, I think is what I read.
Good God, they're kidding. Okay.
Okay. Piper Laurie played the mother in the original Carrie.
Mom from Carrie. She was in like almost all of Twin Peaks. Was a teacher in the faculty. So Twin Peaks, something else I still want to plow through there.
Burt Young, Ollie from the Rocky franchise.
Mm-hmm.
That one's not as big for me. Dick Butkus.
Greatest name in football. 100%.
Mhm.
What team did he play for?
The Bears.
No Bears.
Stop Bears.
Bears.
To date, Todd had his biggest heart attack.
Dicka.
Dicka.
Yeah, that's one of the best skits ever. I'm a little partial to it, but still.
Jim Brown.
Jim Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Famous running back.
Yeah.
Almost always named as one of, in anybody's like Mount Rushmore of running backs.
He's up there. What would he be on yours? Curious.
It's really hard for me to do Mount Rushmores of people I never saw play. So, I mean, just off of what the videos and stuff I saw,
right.
I mean, he's on there. I mean, it's him, Barry, Thurman, and probably Emmett.
Right on.
That would be a hard Rushmore to do.
That would be really hard.
Yeah.
Well, and I agree with what you say. It's hard if you've never actually seen their stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you just seen video, you didn't see it live, you didn't get to follow their career.
Well,
so
yeah,
it's just,
and those sports Rushmores would be so hard to do because of how the game changes over the years.
Yeah,
any sport, and not just football.
Oh, yeah.
Basketball, baseball, anything. How the game changes or how positions change. I mean, centers from
Rules
in
change,
basketball. your big guys from 30 years ago are different than your big guys now and how they play.
Yeah, they could, and that's the thing. That's why I hate when I hear these interviews like, "Oh, if we put the Bulls of the '90s playing today, we would dominate." I'm like, no, you wouldn't. Not the way the game's called today. But I think the bad boys
depends which rule
would go
set
out.
we use. You know, it's like
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
but well, then you kind of get down to that. Well, if that team would have been brought up in the era now,
absolutely,
playing, their play style would be different anyway.
they'd all be on the injured list.
Well, maybe, yeah.
There's not a single person except maybe Draymond Green that would make it out of the Warriors game alive if they played the bad boys, the Detroit Pistons of the late 80s.
Well, and I'm talking about the older generation coming up. Like if they were brought up in this league and stuff, their play style would be different.
They'd all foul out.
Yeah, well, you didn't have the shooters. I mean, the shooters were like the guys that like you only know about because they hit game-winning shot with Steve Kerr's, John Paxton's, Robert Horry's. They're not like, as Ray Allen came up and started, really being one of the best shooters. Now it's Steph Curry. Now everybody can start shooting from wherever they enter the gym. And even your 7-footers are shooting those.
Speaking of big sports people, we did lose there was a couple of WWE things off the list here. We had the Sheik and Bray Wyatt.
Iron Sheik. So I saw this video. You remember those two big clubs he used to carry around and do the twirls?
Mm-hmm.
I saw an interview with Hogan. Hogan said, I picked one of those up. He goes, I could barely move it doing this. He picked them up and he just moved his wrists. And each of those clubs was like 70 pounds a piece. And he goes, the Sheik had the most amazing grip strength I have ever met of anyone in my entire life.
Well, he had like massive hands, didn't he? Like,
yeah,
giant
he was
banana
like
hands.
an Iranian wrestler too, wasn't he? I mean, that's like wrestling. Greco-Roman's like the national sport over there. So, I mean, he was a super strong dude. But if you ask me, like, who is the most, like, the person I hated more than anything in pro wrestling, it's that guy, because not only,
he was a great villain.
Who he was, like, early, like, pairing with Nikolai Volkov and, always bashing American stuff. But then he was the guy that turned Sergeant Slaughter evil.
I was getting ready to say
an Iraqi sympathizer, and that's why I hated him more than anything at that time, because I was like, oh my God, he turned the G.I. Joe against
Isn't
America.
there a movie just came out though, like The Rise of Sergeant Slaughter or something?
No, I saw the exact same thing you saw. That was an AI generated movie poster.
Oh, that's what it was?
Yeah, that was like alternate universe movie posters, Facebook page. It looked like that. I would watch the shit out of that.
I watched the hell out of that.
I love Sergeant Slaughter just because of the wrestling G.I. Joe crossover. Like, that was great.
Right. I'll tell you one I just watched. The one on Kurt Angle. I think it's been out for a minute, but it's on the WWE network.
Pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Okay, I'm gonna have to watch
it.
But
Bray Wyatt. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying Kurt has had a great career.
He's had a rough life, man.
So what does it go through that?
Mm-hmm. He's very vulnerable.
Okay, I need it. I want to watch that now.
It doesn't go. I mean, it goes into his addiction and
everything.
It's probably more about addiction and his getting to the Olympics, wrestling, winning a gold with a broke neck, things like that, than it is on his wrestling career. The wrestling career is kind of an afterthought almost. It's in there obviously, but it's.
So was the addiction due to his broken neck?
I mean, he's broke his neck multiple times, multiple knee surgeries. I mean, I think at one point he said he was taking like 80 something oxys a day.
Damn.
Holy shit.
Those are rookie numbers.
You tell him, Choaf.
And then the Bray Wyatt one, man, that guy was just a creative genius.
That one sucks.
He was second generation too.
Mike was on the IRS. The Varsity Club, it was him and Rick Steiner, Kevin Sullivan. But yeah, his entrance will go down for me as it would be on my Rushmore of entrance themes, probably right below the Undertaker's. Is something that when that music hit, you see the lantern,
the fireflies.
It was just the fire. I mean, it's just iconic. And having seen it live a couple times,
it was awesome.
I just remember his first one when they were called up from NXT. I actually remember one of the first ones from NXT, but the first one on the main roster was just it's just It's just crazy. And that's how that's how he got to be so big. That was organic. It was like the Bryan Danielson stuff. WWE wasn't really planning on pushing these guys to the extent they were, I don't think. And then when the fans latch on to somebody, you have to.
Well, and for a
And I
big
still
guy,
never felt they pushed him the way they should either. So, but
Agreed.
yeah,
they, when he was Husky Harris, no push. But then when he came back, reinvented himself. That dude was one of the most athletic guys for a big guy that I have ever seen.
Yeah. I think the only two, Bam Bam Bigelow and then Kane probably are over him, but they were also taller, and Bam Bam was,
and Bam Bam was in his own league too.
Right.
To some extent, Vader too. To some extent,
Vader could move.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar.
Yeah,
Brock Lesnar early in his career, the moonsault.
When he botched that,
he botched that one and stopped.
You know who talked him into doing that?
Steroids.
Who?
Kurt Angle.
Really?
He wasn't going to do it, and Kurt said, "Hey, this is this is a huge moment for your career because he was going to win the title. You should pull it out." He hadn't done it since his Ohio Valley days.
What was it? He called it. It wasn't just a moonsault.
No, it's a shooting star press.
Shooting star press.
Basically a gainer off the top rope.
That's what it was.
Kurt Angle was he wasn't in the middle of the ring. He was too far away. And Brock Lesnar doesn't even remember the rest of the match. But Kurt had to basically carry him through it.
Jesus.
And I think Kurt had broke it. They talked about it a little bit. I think he had broke his neck again during that match.
Oh, wow.
Oh, double neck breaker.
Shit.
Yep.
There was a few wrestlers. Those two, Jerry Jarrett, Terry Funk.
Terry Funk, yeah.
Terry Funk. I forgot about Terry Funk.
Lanny Poffo, Macho Man's brother.
Yeah.
Oh, it was, wasn't it? It wasn't a good year for wrestling.
I mean, is it ever though? When it comes out there, every year there's somebody that
those old guys.
It's like, oh my
anybody
God.
that we grew up with are getting to where they're gonna start falling fast.
Yeah, a lot of these guys were on. I mean, Sheik was 81, Terry Funk was 79, Jerry Jarrett was 80, Poffo was 68, Superstar Billy Graham was 79. I mean, a lot of the older ones,
Well, and I think this year is one of the rarities where there wasn't really a big one based off of drug use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Bray
was like the youngest
COVID.
one.
Yeah, it was
right?
like COVID complications due to COVID.
Yeah. It was his heart, wasn't it? It
was his heart.
damaged his heart.
Or the draws, aka puke.
Oh, I forgot about draws.
He's gonna puke.
When he was with the Legion of Doom.
He took Hawk spot. Yeah.
Yep. Let's see. John Warnock, founder of Adobe. Ron Jones from This Is Us. That was the Sterling's father, I believe, the homeless guy. DJ Casper, which for most of us in college, at a certain college in this room, that was a big song there.
I think it's a big song everywhere.
I think it's still a big song at like any of our age group's weddings.
It's a reminder to anywhere I help run the music and just burnt that. It's like somebody would come request, like, I can't do it. It doesn't play anymore.
I refuse.
It broke the CD.
Ask what Dr. Justin's ringtone is.
And then Siobhan would come out of nowhere, like having it in his pocket or something, and put it in.
Yeah, he did that. William Friedkin? Freakin, director of The French Connection and The Exorcist. Oh.
Yeah.
Mark Margolis, Hector, Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul.
He's a cool character. Which
one was he?
Hector. He was Hector in Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tina Turner. That was another big one. Best legs in the industry.
Did not know she was 83.
I didn't either. She didn't look it. She had a rough life.
You have Jim Brown on there, and I know we already talked about him, but we'd be doing him a disservice if we didn't talk about the other side of Jim Brown, not just football side, but him quitting the league early, going, I think it was the Dirty Dozen, starting that. And he was also a pioneer for his race with a lot of everything going on, from being the best in the NFL and rushing, and no one ever done that before. He crossed over from entertainment to or from sports to entertainment, and was one of the top box office. No one had ever done that before. So he
I
wasn't
didn't know that.
I
Yeah.
loved him in Mars Attacks, like, which is one of my favorite movies anyway. But
yeah, he had, and he was all the way up to like training day, or not training day, I'm sorry, any given
Draft
Sunday.
day.
Any given Sunday, and he was all the way up into that. And so yeah, everything we said about Jim Brown was awesome, and I agree with. But there was also the other side of him that I think a lot of people on this podcast may know him for. That's not necessarily
Like
football,
football.
Yeah.
which is crazy to think about for football fans, but makes total
Right.
sense.
Well, thank you for bringing that up. That's
Yeah, no, that's a very good point. And he did it all, even though he was a Cleveland Brown.
Correct. Yeah.
But this next one for a lot of us, and I haven't heard this name in so long, but when I heard it, I was like, oh my God, he was still alive.
Jerry.
No,
Jerry.
Upmore. It was Doyle Brunson. So
Yeah.
like back when World Poker Tour was like everything on TV for so long, Doyle was like the man, you know.
Texas Dolly.
Yeah.
I'm with you, Guyver.
Yeah, he's
I don't
and
really
it
care.
has the
I've never
has
even
the
heard of him.
hand named after him. So if you get a 10 and a 2 on your in your hand whenever you're playing Texas Hold'em, that's a Doyle Brunson, because he won the World Series of Poker with a 10-2.
That sounds like a botched sex move.
Yeah.
The
Oh.
Doyle Brunson.
Oh, I thought you the 10-2. I'm trying
No,
to
the 10-2.
Also, but not as much.
Okay. Now this next one, Jerry Springer.
Yep.
Again, days homesick don't mean the same anymore.
If I remember right, I believe one of my fraternity brothers, which you guys know, Renfro, his cousin was on Springer, if I remember right.
I feel like everybody knew somebody that was on one of those shows at some
It was
point in
on
time.
one episode. I've got to ask him.
Especially from
I'm
Oklahoma.
almost
Is
positive
a-
he was.
Yeah.
Are they from Stigler? Because that would be the capital of where
Stigler.
they get people for Jerry Springer.
It sounds about right. Yeah.
It was the NXT for Springer. Stigler is. Harry Belafonte. That's kind of a big one too. Mr.
Hey, just
Banana
watching the time. It's 11.
Okay,
We're doing good. We're doing great.
Al Jaffe, cartoonist for Mad Magazine. Gordon Moore, co-founder of Intel.
Yeah. Coined
Moore's
the
Law.
term Moore's Law, that computing power is going to exponentially grow until it hits a certain point. Yeah.
Oh, the thing they're saying already, like, who is it that came out and said Moore's Law is dead? Like,
All the time.
Well, like this year or last year or something, they said it because it's like, oh, like it's just, to me, it's like, oh, it's because you don't want to develop
That
it,
cycles
you know
like
that,
every 5 years too.
Yeah, true. But like this year, like I think it was because SSDs finally have like hit. They have hit like a. All right, it's way more expensive to make these smaller.
We had Gary Rossington, the last surviving founding member of Leonard Skinner. I didn't know any of them were still alive.
Yeah.
I didn't either. Belser. I loved Richard Belser. Comedian and actor, and he was
John Munch.
John Munch, yeah. On what was that? Not CSI.
Law and Order.
Law and Order,
Law and
thank you.
All of them.
And he was, I did not know. I saw some old stuff with him, like the Green Room with Paulie Provenza, I think is his name. Belser was on there. Belser was a dirty ass comedian.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
I had no clue he was that dirty. It was really interesting though. Raquel Welch, sex symbol of the 60s. And for Choaf of his 2020s.
Every waking moment.
She
He
just
likes
stayed
racing.
hot. Let's
He
not
likes
lie about
racing.
it.
Burt Bacharach.
Mhm.
That's another music one. That was a big one.
Yeah.
Did Burt write Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head?
Believe.
Um,
Sing
I
it.
think
Say a
so.
little prayer.
Yeah,
Hey,
Hey, little
that
prayer.
close to you. Yeah, he was 94.
Wow. Lisa Loring, the original Wednesday Addams.
Mm,
I didn't know about that one. Cindy Williams, Shirley of Laverne and Shirley. So now
is
they're
Shirley dead also?
yeah.
Yeah,
Cin-
she is. She was Shirley.
Okay,
you mean
sorry.
Laverne.
Yeah, sorry, I meant Laverne, yeah.
When did she die? That was Penny Marshall, wasn't it?
Yeah.
She died a couple of years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
While ago.
Once you said her actual name, it kind of
Yeah.
clicked.
No, they're all in they're on that big assembly line in heaven now, waving at gloves. David Crosby.
Hmm.
Honestly, that dude was lucky to even make it this long to 2023.
See how far did he was 81.
Which is just amazing. Didn't he have like 3 liver transplants?
Probably had a sweet mustache.
He did.
Very sweet.
David Crosby, originally of the Birds. Robbie Knievel, son of Evil Knievel.
He's lucky to live that long.
Yeah. Lisa Marie Presley.
Hmm.
Forgot about that one.
I totally
Elvis
forgot about
star.
that till I saw the list.
I did too.
Now,
He was only
wasn't that
what?
like way early in the year?
That was like January, I thought.
Yeah.
Of 2023. Walter Cunningham piloted the first crew of the Apollo flight. And then Ken Block, rally driver and YouTube star.
That was a big one for a lot of people in that community. Like he had some awesome videos. Big drifting guy.
Oh, was he?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
One of the ones
Wow.
I left off that list. I just saw it. I don't know why. At the time, the world's oldest known person, because we like, cool facts. French nun sister Andre, if I said her name right, died at the beginning of last year. She was 118.
Holy shit.
Ass.
It was forged.
Yeah, born in 1904. Yep. Almost made it to 119. She was like less than a month away from making it to 119. That's
And
crazy.
Choaf still got a poster of her up in his room.
From last week.
Okay. Let's get to 2024.
Yep, new stuff.
Woo! The most
It's not
anticipated
over. As
movie.
long as we've been talking about Deaths of 23, it's not over.
No, it's never over.
It's never
Not
over.
even close.
Always going.
2024 movies, the most anticipated movies of 2024. You guys jump in at any point in time. Number 1 on the list, from the list that I was looking at.
Number 1 on your
Girls.
list.
And just
Just
Guyver's
your
list.
list.
This
Deadpool 3
is
is
just
the number 1 on
Guyver's
the list. I'm signing off.
Which
For
one?
this list, the list for this show, doesn't matter what anybody else's freaking list is. This is a podcast for nerd culture.
Uh-huh.
Why the hell would Deadpool 3 not be number 1?
Chris loves Mean Girls.
I literally
This-
copied it from this website.
Yeah.
I was gonna
That
say,
do
shows
love-
how much you care about your people.
Do you
If it's
think
not
I
against
do love
Girls, I
Mean
swear
Girls.
to
Okay,
God.
to be fair, Mean Girls is has a huge cult following, especially in the
Deadpool
nerd
doesn't?
Quit trying
community.
to make fetch happen.
Okay,
I
do
think
you
it's
think we
also
actually-
chronological. It's chronological as far as when they're released to.
Yeah.
Girls is already out. Argyle's coming out next week.
I want to see
Web.
that one.
But yeah, do you,
Yeah, that one seemed interesting.
That's why it's in this order, is because it's chronological of when
yeah.
they're being.
B-Rob, do you
released.
think we actually manually type these lists out? We're going to copy and paste all this shit. We're not typing.
Okay, so let's do that then. Let's
Okay.
move
The
Deadpool. Let's
disappointment
move,
in your
no.
face.
No, he wants to. Okay, let's move Deadpool 3 up, and let's talk about that one right now then.
Okay, hold on here.
Podcast got 20% better looking.
Deadpool
There.
3 Mean Girls, that's a crossover we need.
There we go. Look at the
Oh my
list now.
god, that would be amazing. Deadpool would be yelling, "You don't even go here!"
I think you'd be saying everything was fetch.
Or he would say, "Danny DeVito, I love your work," to Wolverine, because Wolverine's super short.
Hmm.
Okay, Deadpool 3.
No, it's on top of the list
There-
now, B-Rob. There you
There's
go.
already confirmed in the movie. There's Dogpool, there's Lady Deadpool, there's Teen Deadpool, there's Deadpool.
Oh,
Heartthrob.
Deadpool's in it? Thank God.
There's
Good.
like young
Versions.
heartthrob Deadpool.
Yeah, with the long
With the
hair.
long hair.
Yeah.
I think that's what the one they're
Wade
calling
Wilson.
Teen Deadpool. Wade Wilson. So it's what we know about the movie so far is it's multiversal. We have, from what I've heard, 3 different Wolverine versions too. We do know that Hugh Jackman is going to be sporting the black
Yellow
and
and
yellow
black.
costume for Wolverine, which I'm excited about. Supposedly he's playing X-24 as well in the movie.
No,
As
Weapon X.
well. Well, and Weapon X, and there's supposed to be what's her name? X-23. She's
23,
in it.
Daphne.
Yeah. Daphne. She's in it
Boom.
as X-23.
Well,
I'm
he's Old Man Logan too, so I guess that'd be 4.
oh, he is in that one, isn't he? Supposedly there's supposed to be rumor has it some big X-Men sightings in this movie too.
And you said multiple Wolverines?
Multiple Wolverines.
Or we're getting like the
versions of-
Patrick Swayze Wolverines, and then we're going to get the Chris Hemsworth Wolverines.
Wolverines.
There you go. That's
Yeah,
my
it's- and they're just going to be calling Red Dawn the whole time.
Yo.
That one was a stretch,
Um,
but we got there.
We got there. Okay. Anything else you can talk about with Deadpool 3?
Can't wait for it.
Yeah, I'm pumped.
It's gonna be awesome.
Right? It's gonna be amazing.
Let me pull my
Man, if they
personal.
have if
looking
they have
forward
a
to this.
popcorn
Is that
topper like
July?
Dune, I'll be there on opening night.
Oh, we're gonna get to that once we get to Dune. Isn't
Hey,
it? Didn't they say
I-
it's July for Deadpool, or did they kick that back again?
Not sure.
They just finished
Didn't it
filming
just
this
wrap
last
up?
week.
They just wrapped it.
Just this
Just
last
wrapped.
week. So it's gonna be a bit.
Um,
But I sent that on Discord, I sent that Dune
The Dune
pocket
bucket.
holder. Yeah, specifically for Shoaf, so that way we'll know why he's going to the
So I can
Dune-
have a new girlfriend. Yeah.
Dune movie by himself and why he wants the extra butter.
Yeah, butter it, Choaf.
I'm sorry, but that is what? Who signed off on that? Like,
Everybody.
I mean, that's great if you're lonely going to the movie by yourself, and like, well, I guess there's built-in lube there at the movie too. The
Yeah.
movie
Extra
Gotta
butter.
pay
butter?
extra for that much, actually.
Yeah, but for those
No.
that haven't seen it, it's basically a movie bucket, popcorn bucket that has a lid on it. But the lid it's supposed to look like the sandworm, but it looks like a fleshlight and has the teeth of the worm that basically would be where one would insert their member.
I can't
And
believe you
so-
guys went there with it.
yeah.
I thought it looked like one of them little paw cleaner things for your dogs. You know, you put their little paw in, and I mean, no, you guys had to go there with it. Dirty,
It
dirty
reminds me
bastards.
almost of the collector's edition of, was that Limbo or Inside? One of those. It came with, like, if you bought the special edition, it came with a sex doll.
Well, in
I
Kyle,
literally have no clue what you're talking about, but we'll go with that.
I believe
Yeah.
him.
Kyle,
I
that
do too.
Yeah.
is that paw cleaner is the same thing that Shoaf uses to
Yep, I thought.
to pleasure. So
I bought stock in the company.
Yeah.
How much I endorse it.
Joe believes in this company.
Joe believes in this company.
Gets it extra clean.
I'm excited about this one. This is next month too, couple weeks. Madam Web
yeah,
from the Spider-Man lore, Spider-Man universe. There is 4 spider people in it.
Spider persons?
Spider Women.
Spider women. Well,
Spider
I'm
humans.
also counting live action Miles Morales too.
Oh,
Well, isn't there like rumors that even like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man is in it?
It's there's rumors that he's in it and Andrew.
yeah.
So there's
It was
1,500 million Spider-Mans in it.
This
it
is
was
all
originally
Sony,
written-
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
it was
This is the
originally written
Spider-Verse.
for Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. It was supposed to be part of his universe,
Mm.
but they pulled it out and had it with Tom Holland to make it more relevant now. So
Which I'm glad they did.
yeah,
The premise does look pretty good for the movie. I'm excited to see that one. All right, Dune Part 2. I really
Yeah,
enjoyed
sex
the
bucket.
first new Dune. Like I really enjoyed that one. I thought they did it right. It followed the book pretty good. Yeah, so I'm excited to see what Dune Part 2 has in store for us. Imaginary. That one looks really good.
Which one is this?
Oh, it's a horror movie.
Imaginary Friends
Yeah,
with
there's
no,
two movies about
there's
imaginary
two,
friends.
right?
Yeah.
There's the
Yeah,
horror,
one-
and then there's Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, one's a family friendly and the other's horror. So
That'll be fun to take your kids and take it to
Well,
gamble.
Well, then there's another one where John Cena plays the imaginary friend too. That one, they have trailers for that now.
I haven't seen that one.
It's Zac Efron, and John Cena is his imaginary friend that only Zac Efron can see. And
That's
John
funny.
Cena's on the cover. John Cena's dressed as
Well,
Britney Spears, like the Britney
Can't
with
see
the
'em,
pom
so it makes
poms
sense.
and the skirt and everything.
That's the most meta movie present.
What?
Can't even say the word.
Mm-hmm. Can't see him.
Justin's
Premise.
looking
There we
it
go.
up now.
There's the word. Help me out here, English person down there in the corner.
help,
I'm too busy
help me, step prof.
checking out that Chris isn't full of crap.
I tried
Yeah,
to
that's
Google.
kind of what.
I
Yeah,
found
the
zero
Ryan
evidence.
Reynolds one's called If.
And that one's a
Oh,
comedy,
called-
if I remember.
Called out.
All right, do you see the John Cena and the Britney outfit now? If not, I will.
I'm
find it
refusing to
for
look.
you. Kung
excited.
Fu Panda 4.
I'm excited for this one. I love Kung Fu Panda.
Nah,
I'm just afraid it's going to get watered down.
That's
I feel
what
like
I'm
it'd be
afraid of.
terrible.
I think 3. They should have ended it with 3.
Well, this sounds
3
like
was
from
reaching.
what I read, this is going to probably wrap it up because it said the story will follow Poe as he faces off against a chameleon foe and searches for a new dragon warrior. So this may
And
finally bundle it up.
James Hong is in his 90s. He's not going to last much longer. They can't do any more.
Nope. Just keep giving Jack Black roles. Don't care. Make it Kung Fu Panda 56.
Seth Rogen, Lucy Liu,
Whatever.
Dustin
Focus on
Hoffman.
Mario and doing more Nintendo stuff that he can be in with Bowser.
That'll be coming.
That'll
Yeah.
be fair.
Oh, they already
Yeah.
announced it's coming.
Yeah. Well, there's going to be a lot. They're going to ride that train as long as they
But
can.
they haven't said if it's a Bowser movie or if it's a Mario movie yet.
I'd watch a Bowser movie.
I would absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, watch any Nintendo movie at this point. Yeah.
I'm super excited about this one. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire.
I'm excited because it's Ghostbusters.
Mhm.
Janine's back.
I don't get the whole premise because it's like it almost sounds like it's not a ghost anymore. So it's kind of like, eh.
I'm excited because the last one did exceed expectations.
Yes. Yeah, I really
It was
enjoyed the last
so
one.
much
And
better
they
than
had
I
some
thought.
great touches of nostalgia without was still pushing it forward.
Mm-hmm.
So
Really
It
liked
did a great
Afterlife,
passing
though.
the torch. It
And
did a great
Paul
passing
Rudd
the torch, yeah.
seeing
Paul
all
Rudd.
the little marshmallow men was awesome. And it's Paul Rudd.
Yep.
Okay,
He'll be able to
this
play
one
the character for another 50 years because he doesn't age either.
Mm-mm.
I am so excited about because Godzilla's my boy. Godzilla X Kong, the new Empire with the Red King, actually got moved up by 2 weeks too. So it's in March now. So we're, well, technically after the end of this week, a month away.
You see,
It-
Godzilla -1 got the Oscar nomination nod.
Did it? That's the first time a Godzilla movie's ever gotten an Oscar nod.
Yeah, so
That's probably fair, though. Let's be honest.
I'm ready to see that. Go ahead, Justin. What were you
well,
saying?
it's just for the visual effects, which
Right.
you would hope, but a
In
lot
a
of
Godzilla
times
movie.
people don't equate Godzilla movies with high quality.
You know what you're getting into.
But that movie, it really slaps. So it needed it. It was just such a cool movie. But I'm hoping
ready to see it.
I'm hoping this renewed interest. I'm just hoping that they don't go too much into let's have a shared universe, Kong, all that stuff, and just kind of leave more of the Godzilla -1s. And we talked a little bit about that last episode.
Right.
But yeah, anyway.
Supposedly, -1's supposed to be out on digital this month or in February.
You skipped over Roadhouse.
I just saw the preview for that like 2
Yeah, I
nights
did
ago, and
with Connor.
I want to watch
Yeah.
it.
I
With Jake
will watch
Gyllenhaal.
it. It's Roadhouse.
Yeah.
It actually looks pretty good. I won't lie. I mean, granted, for a Prime made movie, so
They said
And throwing
saw
Connor
this-
out there in the mix, who I'm sure his acting chops are great.
oh, perfect.
well,
I'm sure he
he's-
was not bad on set at all.
Totally sober
Well,
the whole time.
I saw an
Who are
interview
you-
with someone. It
Who
might
are
have
you
been
talking about?
Conor McGregor.
Oh, that douchebag.
Yeah, he someone. It might have been Jake. I saw an interview and Jake goes, "Don't worry, he only did cocaine during the film and steroids, so he's much better in interviews now."
I think it's
Uh,
interesting that the last time that the Roadhouse movie remake was, it was going to be Ronda Rousey,
Yeah.
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 and then they flipped it to Gyllenhaal. But yeah, I think it looks good. It's never going to. It doesn't have Sam Elliott in it, so
It's
never
going to be
gonna
dumb
as good as
fun.
the
Is
original.
what it's going to be.
But it
Yeah,
sounds like
that's
they
exactly
changed
it.
so much of it up while keeping the same thing that it's going to be. Sounds like it's going to be good.
All right, Justin, click on this link in chat. Here's your movie.
It's a
I was talking-
trap.
Ricky
Don't do it.
Stenicki.
I'll click. I'll
Oh
buy
no,
it.
it's just I'm getting Rickrolled. Oh yeah,
You see him as Brittany?
it's Rickrolled. That's all I'm seeing. This is a movie that you've made up in your mind.
Oh, and the Bobby Lee's podcast co-host is on there.
Okay, so
The
March
redheaded
7th.
guy, Andrew. What's his name?
Yeah, he's
He
on.
played Mephisto.
He's Little Dickie's
Manager
manager.
Santino.
Oh, is that him? Yeah,
Yeah.
he's hilarious. The one who goes, "I'm Bobby's mom."
I'm still convinced that John Cena is slowly morphing into a freaking buff Ernest. So
Know what I mean?
I had no clue this movie was coming out. So
It looks funny.
yeah, a couple month and a half.
it's
Oh, and
just,
the director's Peter Farley.
just
So
Jim Varney on steroids now.
there you go. The Farley brothers. So Peter Farley is directing it. So it can't be awful.
What do we know them from?
Farley brothers. So something about Mary, Kingpin.
Okay, yeah, that
all
whole
those,
Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah, Dumb and Dumber. All those
Okay.
style movies.
right on.
So can't be too awful.
Really haven't done much
Um,
lately.
Next, If.
Is that the other imaginary
What
friend
we're
movie?
talking about.
It's John Krasinski and Ryan Reynolds. Yeah,
Uh,
they said it was supposed to be like a live action Pixar movie about
really?
yeah,
The
Imagine-
trailers look good.
yeah, imaginary friends. So that's
Okay,
what
I need to see that.
IF stands for.
Written by
Um,
Krasinski. Okay.
Yeah, and directed.
Furiosa,
I'm
a
excited
Mad
for
Max
this.
movie
I love anything Mad Max.
with
And
Anna
hasn't
Anna Taylor Joy.
haven't this been like not in the works necessarily, but been talked about since Mad Max?
Since Fury Road,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah, very
Yeah,
well.
it's Fury Road.
Fury
That's
Road
why I'm
was
kind of concerned about it.
kind of brought on the whole idea of like this is like there's not really a set timeline for any of the Mad Max stuff. Like it's just these stories are based like from what I read in one article is like you're supposed to view these as like not fairy tales but like legendary tales,
Folk-
like somebody's
folk tales.
retelling of
Yeah,
what happened. So
almost
that's
Really?
where you can get
Anthology.
where do you get like
So it's
yeah,
based
anthology.
off the original, but it's someone retelling it and how they saw it, the point of view during the timeline.
yeah, that's why like
I
nothing
think
really
all of them are.
yeah, that's
Okay.
how they're supposed to kind of be viewed, and then the Furiosa is going to like expand on that universe. This is a universe I always wanted to see expanded on a little bit more, and so them just calling it a Mad Max saga makes me think we're going to see some other things outside of Mad Max in that universe. So I'm excited for that. Anything post-apocalyptic, I'm here for. So
I think they just realized that when people gravitate to a character, they have to do things like this, and that's why you got
Also
the
that.
saga and stuff. So, because I mean, that character, who played her originally in Fury Road, I can't remember.
It was Charlize Theron.
Theron.
Charlie
Yeah.
Theron. So, I mean, everybody loved that character, so they wanted to see more,
He
and
was great at it.
then they're really jumping on the Anya Taylor-Joy, like her fame right now, and how big
I-
she is.
yeah, because this is supposed to
So-
be Furiosa's like origin story type thing,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah,
I hope we
yes.
see her in Deadpool as Magic.
That would be awesome.
That
But-
would be awesome.
Chris
I would
Hemsworth looks
love to
really
see
funny in it too.
Oh yeah, he's a bad guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
that's
he-
right.
Yeah, it looks like he just like chews the scenery and loves every minute of it. So those are usually fun roles to watch people play.
Right.
Right.
You don't have the Garfield movie on here, Chris. The Chris Pratt, Samuel L. Jackson.
Well, let's talk about it.
Yeah,
I just saw that. I
did-
was going off of looking at another list that had a lot of these on there.
Garfield with.
It was, but I deleted it.
Okay.
I'm
Chris Pratt, Garfield.
Chris
I
Pratt
am-
and Samuel L. Jackson. That's
I
going to
am
be enough for me to
iffy.
watch it.
on Garfield remakes, just because the Garfield show when we were a kid in the 80s,
That
the
was
TV
amazing.
show was just so great.
It was.
And that guy, he died not too long ago too. I think the guy who was the original voice for Garfield.
Mhm.
I've that's the problem with being the older nerd. You have this ideal of what it should be because that's what you grew up with, and sometimes you just have a harder time accepting the newer stuff because it's never going to quite stack up to that nostalgia. And
Back
that's why
in
I'm
my
kind of
day-
iffy on that.
Well, there's
In my day,
Well, that's-
Garfield hated Mondays but loved lasagna.
Well, I still love the Garfield cartoon Ghostbusters cross up there where, Bill Murray played Venkman in the live action, and then the guy that voiced
Oh,
Venkman
yeah,
also
yeah.
voiced Garfield
Yeah,
in the cartoon, and then Bill Murray ends up voicing Garfield in a Garfield movie. And
The live action Garfield. Well, the
Yeah,
more
well,
live action
live-ish.
Garfield.
Yeah.
The CGI'd one instead of just
Yeah.
cartoon.
But who was asking
Circle of
for
life.
another Garfield movie? Because back
No
in the day, it was in the
E-Rob.
funnies or the comics of the newspaper. That
It's
not
in
a
the
thing
funnies.
anymore. It was
Just show your
on
age there, Professor.
the yeah, I know, the cartoon Sunday morning
Forgot it was
cartoon.
called that,
That's
but
not
yeah.
a thing anymore.
Mm-mm.
So I'm wondering what kids are clamoring for the Garfield movie.
They're not. They're
because-
40-year-old, 50-year-old men clamoring for it.
Yeah.
And we're not clamoring for it.
And we're not.
Beetle
That's the
Bailey
thing.
was
That's
in.
what I'm saying.
I
Beetle
agree
Bay,
with
yep.
you. But it happens. This happens all the time, where it's like a property that's 30 years old, no one has talked about. All of a sudden, like, let's do it. I think it's a lot of like, hopefully we're getting nostalgia hit, and
Well-
it might be that the property is ultra cheap. Like, I think
Mhm.
those two things weigh in together.
Bing
One
Rames
thing I
is
hope-
also in it. So there's that.
One thing I hope they never do movie-wise, based off of the funnies, the Sunday funnies, Family Circus.
Why not? No,
Because
that,
I
be a
don't want to
silent
see a
film.
movie about them walking around. Then there's these dotted lines.
And it was
following
never
them the whole
It
time.
wouldn't be any of that. It'd be one frame.
It was
Like, done.
never funny, man. I hate
Right.
it.
I hated that one.
So,
oh, I'm
Yeah.
Googling to see if there it is.
or a Kathy
know.
movie.
There's one after the Eagles won a Super Bowl that they make a Liberty Bell joke, cracking the Liberty Bell. That was kind of humorous.
There was a
Cats and
Family
Jammer
Circus movie
Kids.
in the works at one time.
Oh God,
Of course
no.
there was. Because
Fox, Fox picked up the rights to it in 2010.
Probably
Yeah,
the same
those
time they did
properties-
Marmaduke.
Those properties are probably dirt cheap as far as it goes, buying up stuff.
They
And
probably
it's-
just bought them up to buy them up.
Yeah, it's
kinda
probably
thing.
like, oh, this publisher has all of these. Let's pay them $100,000, or $1 million, and have 30 properties. And if it
Yeah.
sparks interest on the internet, then we know we can pay this writer now AI to write a script. So
I still want to pay the 100 monkeys with 100 typewriters.
and you're gonna clean that room?
No, I'll hire you to do it. But I still
Hell
would like
no.
them to write the greatest movie ever.
It's much cheaper, and
Shakespeare.
cleaner just to do AI.
Yeah,
Right.
much
much
cleaner.
clean, less
All right, I
grease.
want to do a hot take real quick on a movie. What is a movie we haven't talked about that is coming out in 2024 that you think is going to be terrible and other people are probably excited?
Ooh, that we think is going to be
Beetlejuice
terrible,
2?
but other people.
That's what I was gonna say. Show was Beetlejuice 2.
Yeah.
Everybody else is
Gladiator.
going to like, but you just don't think it's going to be very good. But you think
Gladiator
everybody else.
2.
That's mine.
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
even freaking make it.
Oh,
No,
Leave
I
it
mean it's already
alone.
coming out, but it's no. I think mine's
Ugh.
Gladiator 2, just because it's
I didn't see that one on the list.
Don't-
Yeah. Ugh, no, thank you.
it ended perfect already. I
Oh
mean,
my gosh, it was so amazing.
Gladiator was so good. I remember watching it 80 million times. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for me.
I went off on another thing after Choaf started talking about the
Or Craven.
AI written Garfield things. 100-word plot synopsis of Garfield the Cat horror movie. That could be a thing. I got the movie right here for you, Choaf. So
Nice.
if you want that, it's there.
Don't ask what he did to Odie's body.
And just Garfield goes evil. There's a cursed lasagna involved. Odie can't warn anybody. Liz is the
Perfect.
paranormal investigator.
Chef's kiss. Chef's kiss.
He's Garfield's feeding John. Do you like the lasagna, John? Where's
Made out
Odie?
of Odie. There you go.
Where's Normal?
Normal.
Oh yeah.
There's no mention of Normal. Garfield.
Thank God.
Normal's
All
probably
those
a goner.
farm animals all in one.
Just for Normal, man. Justice for Normal.
Bad Boys 4. Not pumped about this one.
Not really either.
Yeah.
No.
They should have
like a phone-in.
personally. They should have ended it with 2.
It's another
Yeah.
one of those. Who's asking for this? Honestly,
Exactly.
Right.
Will Smith and
Chris
they're
Rock's not.
like,
Martin
hey,
Martin
give us
Lawrence.
more money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one wants to be relevant, one wants not to be a pariah. So sure, let's do it.
Yeah.
It's about
They're affordable now. That's the thing.
Mike's new partner Shanae comes in on the beat. So yeah.
Is it gonna have what's his, Will Smith's son trying to get him into movies again?
Jaden. Yeah.
Jaden?
Probably.
Yeah. Oh, he's the new rookie on the force.
No. Inside Out 2.
Yeah.
The first one was great.
The first one was great.
Yeah.
I'm on the fence about this one, but the new
I'll give it a shot.
The new
Your
I'm still gonna
kids-
watch it. We're
what do
all
your
gonna
kids
watch it.
think about that? Like, because I don't have kids.
Oh, they have
so I'm
no
the only
clue
one-
that they have no clue that the second one's coming out.
Oh, okay.
The kids are just going to be
Mine are
happy that there's
excited.
another thing that they like coming out. Let's be honest.
The new emotions do look interesting though.
And I'm glad they're bringing up anxiety to a younger audience so
Right.
that
Yep.
we can be more mental health conscious, and little children will now know the words. I'm feeling a certain way, and I've seen that movie, so I
Yep.
think this is anxiety. So I
Okay.
think a lot of that is really kind of cool that they're doing it, but at the same time,
I like that
this is-
angle.
This isn't necessarily my genre, but I'll definitely watch
Well,
it.
they recast a couple of the voices too. Like there's going to be some new ones, but then Fear and Disgust are both new. So I don't know. I'll Tinker said it. My son said it the best. I think he's like, we've thought some of these movies like Elemental and Trolls 3 were going to be terrible, and they actually weren't that bad. So
I loved
It's-
Element.
Elemental was
Disney,
so
right?
good.
So good.
It is
Pixar,
Disney.
yeah.
Yeah, so like I mean I haven't even watched the first one, but if the second one ever on there and I'm on Disney Plus, I'll watch.
I will
but-
tell you, I would say yes, it's Disney, but we watched Hope this week. That was not my favorite. I was, or not
Wasn't
Hope.
Disney?
Which one's
Uh,
that?
What the?
Wish.
Yeah, Wish.
Oh, okay.
I
Whatever.
like
You-
Wish.
man, you
But
got
Wish was
named
another one I thought was
down.
going to be
I-
terrible,
I-
and it wasn't.
Hope, Wish, whatever. It wasn't. I didn't dislike it, but it didn't keep my interest like a lot of the movies do.
Right.
The Disney ones, like it's
And that's
something
saying
was
a lot.
off. Yeah,
Yeah, it made
Something-
him think. He's like,
something
"Can't
was-
have this."
something was off about this movie that didn't have the same Disney feel to it for me, and I can't
Pretty
place my
sad.
finger on it.
I think Chris Pine was a really good villain.
Oh, he was great.
I think they tried to
and,
go back and make it more of a hybrid of the movies that they're putting out now, and then the
Yeah.
hybrids that the Snow
old
White
school. Yeah.
Yeah. I will
Sleeping
tell you-
Beauties of the world.
I did love at the end going through and naming the movies that were in the stars, the old going through the Disney 100. I loved that.
Yeah.
Because there was a couple, there was one I'm like, which one was that? Which one was that? But I think I
The
probably
main
got-
character, the soundtrack's good, and she did a really good job as far as her singing.
and again,
She
not
was the
take,
one that got it was one of the awards deals where one of the presenters make a joke about actors who think they can sing, and there was like Will Ferrell, Jack Black, and
Ariana
this
DeBose.
lady, who's Broadway star.
Yeah, she's
Oh,
oh, is
fantastic.
that what she's known for?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Tony
she's
winner, I take
fantastic.
it, probably.
she was the sister in West Side Story, the remake that
Right.
Steven
I
Spielberg.
think she was in Hamilton too.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. and it all stems from she did a BAFTA, which is the British Oscars, and did this rap types opening because she was hosting, and it was just awkward, but she leaned into it with social media afterwards, and it was like really became part of the joke. And so that's how it kind of stemmed from, well, she can't sing, and definitely not the truth.
Right. Yeah,
Gotcha,
Jamie
okay.
Lee Curtis like blasted whoever wrote that joke on social media and came to her defense.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Despicable Me,
Oh, can you
Despicable
stop
Me
it and
4?
restart it? Oh, shit.
Oh, did he get kicked out?
No, we're still
for-
going. We're still going. So
think-
I can still hear you guys just fine. So I think I had a little error pop up, but I can still hear everybody just fine. So we should be good. So
Okay. Despicable Me 4.
Mm.
I didn't even know that was coming out.
I didn't either.
It's, well, you know, the tagline, it's Despicable Me 4, the cash grab is real.
Yeah.
So
Gru wants cash.
yeah, Universal needs another ride, so let's
Yeah.
get it out for Halloween.
At the
If Drew
point,
wants cash, he just needs to break down and do the Office remake
Yep.
or reboot.
which is what they were talking about
Reunion,
anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. At the point, every one of us went, "Ugh."
Yeah.
Hopefully they
excitement-
surprise us.
The
I
excitement's
haven't
wore
seen
off.
the first one, so
Oh, the first one's great. Second one's
I-
good.
again, I don't have kids.
Third one wasn't
so
bad.
I don't
But
want to
they-
watch those things.
This kind of
They also
slow
have
decline.
several Minion spin-offs. They've got,
Yeah.
they're just
Yeah.
milking this to death.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm really excited about this one.
Yeah.
The Borderlands movie.
That's gonna.
Based off
hope
the
they
video
I
do
game.
can't
good.
wait to see the Rotten Tomato score. It's gonna bomb so hard.
Oh, probably.
Well,
Yeah.
And
So
usually
hard.
that's the ones we end up loving the most.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Um,
I love them ironically.
who is it?
But yeah, because I think it's gonna be bad.
Jack
Because
Black,
it's been filmed, and it's Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart, and then Jack Black's Claptrap, isn't he?
I
Yeah,
think
and Kevin
so.
Hart is yeah, he is, and then
I mean-
Kevin Hart's Brick.
I'll tell you really quick. I got it up here.
Wait, he's playing Brick?
No, he's playing
Yeah.
Roland.
Roland.
Yeah,
That's
he's
right.
playing
Okay.
Roland.
I was gonna say he
Still-
can't play
still-
Brick.
He
But you
can't play
got-
Roland either.
Well,
Well, you're not
that
wrong.
is a weird Roland, but Kate Blanchett as Lilith. I mean,
That's gonna be
that's gonna be
awesome.
good.
that's pretty awesome.
Jamie Lee Curtis is gonna be Tannis. Jack Black's Claptrap.
Gina Gershon as Mad Moxie. Is there not better casting than that?
No, that's gonna
I
be
mean,
great.
that's pretty amazing.
Like
When is
some
that?
of the
That's-
casting is good, some of the casting's weird. Like I said,
That's
it's been
August, isn't it?
filmed for so long. They had like new scenes added or new film scenes that the original director wasn't asked back to even do those. So it's gonna be one of those weird cut together movies, I think.
Well,
I
it's Eli Roth that directed it, right?
And he does mostly horror
Yeah.
stuff too. That's what's kind of
Like when it got
Yeah.
announced, I'm all in, except for again Kevin Hart's casting. Like that one just is weird to me. But everything else, and then like it's been well over a year since I think they said it was done with its principal filming and lines. So it's like,
I'm going through here and looking at who they have cast for different things. And okay, the guy that they have playing Marcus is the guy that voiced Dutch in Red Dead. And
okay.
he looks like a Marcus. That's a good
That'll be
physical
good.
choice. The
why
chick
is
they
there
got
no-
playing Ellie. That's a good. I mean, I've never heard of her or anything, but that's an Ellie right there.
And the
Right.
Ariana, or however you say Ariana Greenblatt, she's the one that was in Barbie. She was the daughter in Barbie, all that. She's playing Tiny Tina.
She
But-
is
But
great.
where's Handsome
that'd be
Jack?
great.
Where's Handsome Jack? That's the best character in the entire everything.
Yeah.
Well, isn't
Uh,
this before Handsome Jack?
I don't know when this is set. I don't know the
Yeah.
time period of this one.
That'll probably be a post-credit reveal.
Yeah,
of
it'll probably
Handsome
be
Jack.
for
Maybe
Borderlands
for another.
2.
Okay, I was gonna say because
Yeah.
Handsome Jack was all the way at the beginning.
No, he
Uh,
didn't
he
show up
wa- he wa-
until 2 or the pre-sequel. Hold on.
I'm gonna
No,
call
well-
this now. This movie, even if
Borderlands
it
2.
bombs, they're still gonna make a 2 because the fanboys are all gonna go watch this, no matter what. They're gonna make a 2 even if it bombs. Mark my words.
Can we? Okay, Marcus. Like, can we put a bet on this?
Yeah, they will do it. I guarantee
Alright.
you.
Well,
Look,
I
they're
mean,
going
dinner.
we got our-
Despicable 4 Niner
We got one of our nerdy matriarchs in there, Jamie Lee Curtis. So there's going to be something there.
I think it's one of those things. I think it'll rate poorly. Maybe even like it'll do poorly in the box office, like we're saying. And if they do a Borderlands 2, I could see it being like a straight to a streaming platform, not even a release.
I think if they stay
And
remotely,
be all different
you
people.
said doo doo.
if they stay remotely true to the game, though, it'll get some ground.
Especially if they have a Cage the Elephant soundtrack. But
Yes.
I think a good parallel is going to be Scott Pilgrim, because there was such a huge groundswell and everyone was like, yes, Comic-Con, everything else. And then it came out, it quote unquote bombed. But in the time since, of course, it's grown into this huge thing. And it's also a video game-ish kind of movie. Not really kind of. So that might be a good comparison, but I'm jazzed, man. I can't wait.
I'm too. New Alien movie. I am pumped about this, and it's not taking anything from Prometheus. They already said basically they're pretending like Prometheus never happened and Covenant never happened.
Prometheus wasn't bad.
Facehuggers in
Prometheus wasn't bad.
So they have to use.
It wasn't
something for
bad,
Prometheus.
but did it further the alien story that much?
Yeah.
I don't think it had to, but still, like it was
It
good
did
for
if
what
you
it
want to
was.
call it
This is-
the origin.
Well, I mean, yeah, this is technically going to be the second movie, so right after Alien.
Yeah. So this is supposed to tie into, which is on our list too, the TV show that's coming out this year too.
Okay, so
all
there's where
supposed to
that's
tie
getting
together.
pushed.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
We need to move this along. Craven.
We'll see.
I'm excited for it. I hope it's not going to be as bad as Morbius. There's no freaking way. So
Who's
I'll
playing
put
Craven?
that out there.
Aaron Taylor Johnson,
Oh,
our next
Pietro.
Bond.
So he's in double Marvel universe then.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he is the next Bond?
Well, that's
Well, isn't
speculation.
Craven a
Supposedly.
Sony thing? So
Honestly, that wouldn't be a bad casting choice.
Oh no, it would be awesome.
Beetlejuice 2.
I'm scared.
I am too. All of us are.
Mhm.
Transformers 1. I am pumped about this one. I do like my Transformers. This is supposed to be set in the Bumblebee universe.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got high hopes for it.
Origin story. Okay.
It's supposed to be about the origins of, it's set on Cybertron with when Megatron, before he was Megatron, and took the name of Megatron, and Prime, before he was Prime, how they met and how they became to be the two leaders.
Oh, is it going to be a best friends? Are they going to be best friends and then something split
Probably.
apart?
Yeah, yeah. Well,
God
I mean,
dang it. Screw this movie. Screw this movie.
That's the origin story of him anyway.
Really?
And
Really?
Megatron was a gladiator.
God, that's such a stupid origin story.
Is it
and I
going to
think
be
Megatron was the
animated?
name of the greatest Prime.
CGI?
It's CG, I believe.
Okay, because there's a lot of people in it. Chris Hemsworth as
It's showing
Optimus
all
Prime,
his
though.
voices, though. I guess it would have to be.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
I don't
really
know.
have
Even
to.
I was say if they're. I mean, even if it was live action, they'd still have all like a shit ton of voice actors.
If it's totally
Right.
on Cybertron, then yeah.
Joker 2. Fox.
Me.
I don't know how to say it, but with Gaga as Harley.
Mhm.
I'm
And
curious to
apparently
see
there's
this.
Huge
And it's a
musical
musical.
number in it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's a musical.
I'm excited about it. I think it'll be great.
Oh, it's a
'cause I think-
musical?
yeah,
Yeah.
I think the musical's all going to be in his head like we saw in the first movie.
I'm
Yeah.
all for it, man. It's gonna be awesome.
I think
I think
I
it's
think
gonna
Lady
be
Gaga will
great.
do a good Harley Quinn.
What are you saying,
Honestly.
B-Rob?
I think my only question is, the other Joker was so. It's not one that people clamor to rewatch. You know what I mean? It's pretty
It's
deep.
dark as
It's pretty
hell.
raw. It's
Yeah.
not. It's dark. So I'm interested to see how they do it. I mean, it was amazing, but I've honestly only watched it probably twice. It's not like
It's Academy
something.
Award.
Yeah. So I think it's going to be amazing. I'm anxious in that aspect, is the rewatchability of, is it going to be more than the first one?
Yeah, like I said, I love the first one. I haven't watched it again since probably a year and a half. So
I have no desire to rewatch Joker. I
Yeah.
loved it, but it's heavy.
Yeah.
You have to be in the right mood for it.
Yeah.
Well, and
Um,
it's interesting that it's part of DC universe, but really there's nothing DC that's in it except for the name Joker.
mhm.
And then to go from that, and so you got the people that are like, oh, I hate superhero movies. Well, it's not really a superhero movie. You should just see the origin of a man descent into madness, blah blah blah. Then you got the DC people that are like, ooh, that's definitely the Joker because of the title, but I can also see. And then to go from that ambiguity to bring it straight into like, here's Harley Quinn, here's all of this. I don't know if that shift is going to if it's going to work to go from
I can see that.
ambiguous to part of the DC universe.
Right.
So, but if you bring in Harley Quinn, you have to bring in some type of Batman, some type of Commissioner Gordon, or it's just the two of them running roughshod all over the town. Yay! What kind of movie is that? So I'm interested to
It
see
could
where
be
it's
just
going.
him being locked up in the mental asylum and her
Yeah.
being the doctor.
Yeah,
It
him
could
being an
just
Arkham.
literally be all that. Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah, that's a good point, Joe.
I saw some of the preview stuff. It looks like there was some shots of her like in the makeup, her out and about. But that could be in his head still. Like he could be
Yeah,
in there.
but he
That'd
could
be
be
the
in a
reveal.
rubber room. He could be in a
That's what-
rubber room.
that's
and
what
then
I think
that's-
threw everyone on the first movie is that twist. So, I don't know. I will tell you, I would love to see a 3 Jokers movie based off the comic. The comedian, what was it, the gangster, and then the whatever they were, the clown. I would love to see a movie based off that. We're gonna breeze through the rest of this kind
Yeah,
of.
we ain't making it. We ain't
No.
Making it to the TV
through this.
shows.
Terrifier 3, cult classic that made it huge with Art the Clown, the immortal clown.
How about everybody just or pick like one each and just say them. Let's go. Let's do that.
We'll just go through this real quick and we'll just talk. We'll just say the names. Wicked, based off of the musical. Venom 3, I'm excited about that one. I did like Venom 2.
Excited for both those you just named.
So Lord of the Rings, the War of Rohirrim. It's based off the Horse Riders. It's kind of like a prequel. Rohirrim. Yeah, it's supposed to be the first king of that.
That'd be cool.
So I'm interested in that. Mufasa, it's a Lion King prequel movie. Him as a young king. Sonic 3, I am very excited about that one. I did like the first.
I'm
Sonic.
not excited about Driver being Shadow.
Wait, he's Shadow?
No, yeah, well, yeah, that's right. I think it's Driver is gonna be Shadow.
I sure hope not. I was like, hi, I'm Shadow.
No, I'm sorry, it's Hayden Christensen. I don't know why it's Hayden Christensen's gonna be Shadow.
He's had a career resurgence though. I think
I know, but I still
don't do good.
I don't know if I can handle his voice doing that.
I waited in line for 3 hours for Hayden Christensen. We're BFFs now. He's gonna do great.
Yeah. Mickey 17. Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse. I think we're all excited about that one. That's gonna be great. Beverly Hills Cop, Axel F, straight to Netflix. But
I'm excited, except for it just took
Doug
too
Reinhold looks so old now.
Yeah, if they would have made this even just 10 years after, it'd been great.
Okay, yeah. There's a new, and then 2 animated ones I put on here because I think they're going to be fairly big because it's DC animation. There's the new Crisis on Infinite Earths that looks brutal as hell.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to be a 2-parter. And then
did you watch it yet?
Haven't watched it yet. I always wait until part 2 comes out and then watch them together.
I bought it and watched it. Yeah, I bought it.
Yeah.
Oh, when did it come out?
Last week.
Weeks ago.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, I need to go look at that then. Was it good?
I haven't seen it. I'm waiting till the second part comes out.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean,
let me ask you this: does it hold up to previous Flashpoint, Apocalypse War? None of those. That's disappointing.
That's disappointing because it's really cool.
It's not good. I think it's okay. Like it follows. I mean, You guys have got to watch it, and then we'll talk about it.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Justice League X Ruby Part 2. I enjoyed the first one more than I thought I would.
Yeah, me
So
too.
weird.
And that was the Ruby style. This one's supposed to be the DC animated style, and I think it looks pretty good.
Oh,
Is
cool.
this Ruby from
Rooster Teeth? Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, they crossed over.
It's just something I never got into either. But,
TV shows. First on the list is Daredevil Born Again. Super excited about this one because from
Keep
what I was
going.
reading, they're going to the full R-rated theme on this.
They're bringing
And
everybody
Foggy.
back.
Yeah, they're bringing back everybody.
Yeah.
And
So
they did announce Bullseye for this one.
Yep.
and
That's the
Colin
Comic Con
Farrell.
I'm waiting for in the future. Now I can get. They're gonna, do Funkos for all those. Get Deborah and Wall. Get
Foggy.
Elliot. Yeah, Foggy.
Karen Page, all them.
I want to get him to sign
And
if they ever
Bullseye.
do a Mighty Ducks one. It's Fulton.
You should get the Colin Farrell.
Bullseye, have him sign it.
Sign it.
Marvel Zombies. I am excited about that
Oh
one.
God, yeah.
What I'm excited for, yeah.
They've already pretty much greenlit it for 2 seasons right now.
So is this a continuation of the What If Marvel Zombies, or is this
I
its
don't
own
know.
property?
The
I don't know.
Yeah.
They could really
I
do
think-
either.
I think it's based off of the, just the plain comics. So, but they're not. I don't think they're going to go into the What If. I think this might be based off of the pure comics.
Do they got?
I don't know.
Do
for
they
a
got
fact.
who do they have voice acting? Anybody know? They said.
I haven't read anything on that.
Okay, I was wondering if Ryan Reynolds is gonna voice Deadpool.
Moana the series. I'm excited about that. I like the series ones, like the Hercules, the TV series that they did. I remember watching all those, so we'll see. Walking Dead's The Ones Who Live. It's supposed to be Rick and Michonne. It's about them.
I'm so far out of Walking Dead. Like
I am too, but
Mhm.
I'm not excited about
I
this.
just lost my for it, and I used to absolutely love that show.
Me
Yeah.
too.
I think a lot of people did.
Stranger Things season 5,
The final one.
the final one.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that.
You can't not be if you watch
Exactly.
the other ones.
Spider-Man freshman year.
Is this going to be animated, or is this live?
No, this is live action.
Okay.
Who they got have be Spider-Man? Did they said?
It's supposed to be Tom.
See,
what I was reading.
now that's even dumber.
This is supposed to be because the article I was reading
I guess it
said
could be,
that
yeah.
because they never actually explored pre-Peter Parker or pre-Spider-Man, like going in depth, like the struggles like they did with Andrew and Toby. This is what this is supposed to be.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't like the idea.
It was like trauma porn.
Yes,
All right, great.
100%.
Oh, Flash beat me up again. Oh, Flash beat me up again.
The Penguin with
Colin Farrell.
Colin Farrell. I'm really excited about that. He did a great job in
Yeah,
the
he did.
Batman.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Danny DeVito
So I think-
better make
I think
some
that
appearances.
As long as they don't fuck up the writing, I think it's going to be good.
It was a great De Niro impression the entire time, because his facial expressions,
Yeah.
his how he talked, that was him doing De Niro. But hey, it worked.
Squid Game season 2.
I'm excited for that. I like the first one.
First
I
one.
see this kind of turning into almost like how Saw was, where like, oh, he's dead. Oh, nope, he's not. Oh, he's dead. Oh, no, he's not. He had all these little
He's
backup
back.
plans. Yeah.
It was all rigged.
Yeah.
You
But
think
I really did
the-
like the first one, so I'll watch the second one.
Do you think the Netflix not paying and all of that stuff coming out about how the creator writer is essentially broke, but Netflix is making all this money, think that's going to have any adverse effect?
Absolutely.
Possibly, yeah.
It's going to be like
Anybody
that.
watching the TV show or the game show.
I haven't been watching the game show.
That already got canceled.
Because it's the stupidest thing in the world. You can't really kill them, so stop. Who cares?
Well, apparently they tortured the shit out of those contestants too. Like
God.
No,
that's
from
come
what
out.
I read, every time it cut, it was like, oh, here's catering, here's everything, da 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 da.
I read a different article. I'm gonna
Yeah,
have
I
to
think
see
it's
that.
just
But I don't know. I think that with Netflix not paying the writers and stuff and the director, I think it's going to be like that Family Guy cutscene where they're like, all right, Stephen King, what's your next book? And he's like, Lamp Monster. Oh, look. Like, are you even trying? We'll buy it. I mean, I think it could be just like that. Wednesday season 2. Excited about that. First one was great. That one exceeded all my expectations of it. Because I didn't know what to expect. This one next month, 22nd, I believe. Avatar: The Last Airbender. Super excited about that one. It looks show accurate. They actually have an Asian cast. I'm very, very excited about that. Avatar is one of my favorite series.
It looks really good.
Yeah. I can't wait. I can't wait to go back to Navi or whatever that is.
Yeah, because we did see Boomy too on there.
Is that the same thing? Then
No, Navi.
Yeah, exactly the
Where
same
you
thing. The
stick-
sex hair.
stick the hair in someone's ass. So
Whoa.
that
The
why
ones are
it's-
bald.
That's why it's your favorite.
I downloaded the
Justin-
right Avatar movie.
Justin, please see me later. We'll talk.
Oh, okay.
The
Yeah,
Acolyte,
not
the
the
Star
tall
Wars
kinky
series.
Smurf avatars. The
No. There hasn't been a lot about this.
what is it? Oh, the Acolyte.
Acolyte.
What is that? Oh, I don't even.
It's based off
Alright,
of
then.
it's Sith, Star Wars.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, okay.
It has the
It had Rue in that, the
Yeah.
one she's in, the girl
Yeah.
who played Rue.
Yep.
Final Days of the High Republic.
They
Okay.
showed her in full costume when they just announced it during Disney days. Preacher Commandos. James Gunn directed animated DC movie or TV show. With big name casts. Sean Gunn's coming back as Weasel.
This kind of him dipping. This is him just starting to dip his toe into all. Okay, I see. Yeah.
Welcome to Derry. Has Been Hotel, which just started, which is actually pretty good.
I watched the first episode. I'm gonna give 2 and 3 a chance.
I first was kind of tough. Once I got done with 2, I got more vested. The Devil's Daughter runs a halfway hotel for.
Oh, okay. I
Souls
know
to
what
be
you're talking about
redeemed.
now. Yeah, I can remember the
On
name.
Amazon,
I've
on
seen
Prime,
that, but
yeah.
I didn't know what the name of it was.
But Echo is already out though.
Well, it was only episode. It started this year, and it's only up to like episode 3 or something, right?
Yeah, we can
It's,
count it.
No, it's all out. That's right.
Yeah,
it's all out.
They released it all at the same time.
Yeah, Echo. I still haven't seen.
It's good.
Is it?
I liked it.
I've heard it's good.
Yeah, I've
I haven't
heard
watched
good
it.
things.
Okay, might actually have to give it a shot.
Yeah, if we have a Nerky or something about it, I've got some things, but for the most part, again, love that the diversity and of the Native American, all that good stuff. So
In there.
it's good. I think we
Mr.
talked about last week, didn't we?
Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
I haven't even heard. Oh, that's got
The
some
TV
cool names
show?
in it, though.
Oh yeah,
That's Donald Glover is Mr. Smith, I believe, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
and then
Paul
the
Dano.
lady
Interesting.
that was in or comedian that was in Pin 15, where they
Oh,
like they were
yes.
teenage girls. But
What's her name?
I can't believe. Well, I mean, I can't say I can't believe with how hot that Donald Glover was with Atlanta, and then he was supposedly writing a Deadpool. He was wanted for maybe Miles Morales, all this stuff, and even doing Lando and all of that. And now he's doing a spin-off or a Mr. and Mrs. Smith TV
Right.
show. It's like I think you could be doing more.
Yeah.
But he
Yeah.
is Childish Gambino is releasing an album this year
that's
too.
what I was fixing to say.
So-
I'm
How much
excited.
of it did he write? Like, I haven't looked at that, but I wonder if he was part of that team, anyways.
I know
So-
his creator, but they don't see.
Yeah, and if it's basically like Atlanta meets Mr. and Mrs. Smith,
Mhm.
I'm all in. But if it's just him, just doing another fun action, blah blah, it's like,
What's-
man, wasting your talent.
Yeah.
Like he only wrote 2 episodes so far.
Shogun. I didn't hear much about that, but that was on there. They said that's it's one of the highly anticipated shows of the season.
It's on FX, I think.
I think
Mhm.
so.
Oh, that
I
looks
think
cool.
it's about feudal Japan,
Hmm
or which I'm always for. Fallout, the TV series. I am
Yes.
pumped about that one. The visuals already look great on it.
My God, it looks amazing.
Yeah, I'm in.
House of the Dragon season 2. I enjoyed the first season. I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, Agatha.
Agatha, the
I'm
Darkhold
excited.
Diaries. I think we can all say we're all excited about that one.
Get my Agatha crush back going here.
Well, and it's supposed to have some big surprises in it too, apparently. And
Go figure, a
technically,
Marvel property have surprises.
weird. Well, I heard it's supposed to lead into Midnight Suns also.
Oh God, that'd be amazing. Did she die though at the end of Vision and
No, she's locked in there.
WandaVision?
Lost.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
She's just trapped.
It's been a while since I've seen that.
The final season of Yellowstone, I believe
I
they
haven't
said.
even watched the first season.
I haven't
so.
even watched the first
Yeah.
season.
I actually want to.
People
I'm
love
excited.
it.
It's a legit show.
Yeah.
I heard it's brutal.
Yeah. It's not like, oh,
Oh,
I don't want
yeah.
to watch Yellowstone because it's popular or
I mean,
whatever.
the guy who writes it has wrote. I mean, he wrote Tulsa King. He's written anything that's on Paramount, pretty much. Special Ops Lioness with Zoe Saldana, which is amazing. And then he's got these 1923, 1883, these prequels to Yellowstone, and then the spinoff, The Four Sixes, which is another ranch.
Is he to Paramount? Is he their Andy Cohen, basically?
Well, he's
As
more than
right now.
Shonda Rhimes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he's the writer, and he's been in some of them, but yeah, he's the Shonda Rhimes.
He's
also
he's their golden child.
Bass Reeves, and he wrote something that has Nicole Kidman in it. That's
it's Lioness. That's what Zoe Saldana.
There you go. Yeah, there you
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
but
excited.
Nicole Kidman is in it.
go. Was it Taylor Sheridan? Something like that?
Yep, Taylor Sheridan.
The final season of Big Mouth.
Well,
this
you're
year.
excited on that.
Oh, I am very excited. I love
So
Big
good.
Mouth. And I can never unhear. We bought Band Together or whatever, the new Trolls movie. We were rewatching it yesterday. And I can never unhear Matthew's voice is one of the pop stars in that. So yeah. A Devil May Cry anthology series.
I'll
live
watch
action.
this. I love Devil May Cry games.
I did too. It's supposed to be good, and it's not supposed. It's supposed to be like kind of like the anime in the fact that it's different. I think they're doing a different director for each episode.
Yeah, it's just
Different take on a different like demon or like like a different Dante story.
That'd be cool.
Hacks season 3. Hacks has won multiple awards. I've never seen one, but I heard it's great.
It's pretty good.
Kite Man, hell yeah! I'm very excited about that one.
Oh, is this
Harley
based
Quinn
on the
universe.
Harley Quinn?
Yep,
Oh, hell yeah.
it's the same Kite Man. Knuckles, the TV show.
Like,
Sonic?
Yeah, Sonic.
Oh, okay.
We'll tell you the new season of Sonic Prime is really good on Netflix. That just got released. One I forgot to put on here that just came out was He-Man Masters of the Universe Revolution.
that's on my list. I'm going back.
See, there's only 5 episodes. I'm on episode 3. It is great.
Yep, I'm
Kevin
going back
Smith
and
written
rewatching Revelation.
Revelation.
And then I'm going to go because it's been
It's good.
like 3 years, 2 years, whatever.
2 years, yeah.
So I need to
It's
rewatch
good.
it.
It's
Yeah.
really
Yep,
good so
I'm
far.
gonna start watching it tomorrow while I'm on the road.
Spiderwick Chronicles. They've tried to redo Spiderwick Chronicles multiple times. And this is a Disney property. I don't know about this one.
I think it'll be great.
You
I
think
thought
so?
the movie was okay, but it could have been better. But I
If they,
think the way they do their shows, I think it's going to be great.
if they Percy Jackson it, it's going to be great.
Right.
Um,
There was another George R.R. Martin one, the Hedge Knight or A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, something like that. That follows like Sir Duncan the Tall, like from the first 3 prequel
Really?
books. That's coming
Yeah.
out this year.
okay, that'll be good.
Yeah, it should be. I haven't seen who they cast or anything.
The theme song's Floppy Wieners.
Floppy wiener.
Floppy Wieners, Floppy Wieners. Tomb Raider.
That's going to be
Who's
tough.
Laura Croft?
I don't know.
I don't know.
That makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah, but I don't. And it depends. The writing depends too.
Yeah.
But let's face it. We don't watch Tomb Raider for the writing.
It's an animated series.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, Tomb Raider:
is it?
Legend of Lara Croft. Haley Atwell.
Yeah, I'll pass.
Oh, Haley Atwell.
Oh, I do like Haley Atwell.
Okay,
I do
I'm
too.
good. I'm good with that.
Yeah, I
Umbrella
just watched
Academy.
Dead Reckoning.
That's a good one. Umbrella Academy season 4, the finale. I'm excited. I've liked their adaptations of these, even if it has strayed from the comic. Been pretty good. I'm very excited about this one too. Watchmen, the TV show. It's not the Watchmen, that last one that we saw where it was, the Tulsa. Yeah.
Mhm.
This one's based off of the Watchmen we saw in the movie with the comedian.
Animated,
Los
right?
Giant
Angeles.
Blue Dong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got hopes for it. All right, real quick, we're at the end of our time. If you guys have any games, music, or conventions you're excited about, spit them out real quick. Kyle.
I got Skull and Bones coming up in February that I'm excited about. The
Pirate game.
Pirate game. Look, it's been in development for what, 12 years, Choaf? Something like that.
Something like that. I finally just canceled my pre-order. Like,
Yeah,
I do think it's coming out, but since it's also a multiplayer only game, I was like, well then screw that. I'm not getting 4 people to play it every time, and I don't want to play with strangers.
it looks so cool though. I'm gonna give it I'll give it a run when it finally lands. That's probably that one, and maybe there's an Indiana Jones game coming out, and then
the Circle,
the Great Circle,
Legend
That's
of
gonna be
Circle,
awesome.
or whatever.
Yeah.
That looks good. Except for I've watched the trailer. Was it Nolan? I think is the voice, and it's like I'm not saying do Harrison Ford, because that won't work either. But it just I'm like, yeah, it just doesn't sound right to me.
I'm get that, and then Stalker 2, which I want to go back and play the original Stalker games. I've started them a few times, but that's just a cool style of game. That's like right up my alley.
Justin.
One I have downloaded on my PlayStation and ready to play here in 2 days. Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League. So it's the Rockstar's game, and it's much maligned with being pushed back and different things, but I don't care. It's the Justice League, it's Suicide Squad, it's Rocksteady. Let's go. So
let me know how it is, because your review is going to tell me if I'm going to get it or not.
Yeah, I'm definitely jump into it here in 2 days.
Because it's
been panned.
Yeah.
Really.
Oh
hard.
yeah, and it's DC. I'm gonna go ahead and buy it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll definitely let you know. I'm hoping it's not as bad as what a lot of reviewers have said. But these days with Toxic, all of that other stuff, it's hard to know if it's just getting bombed because Marvel fans don't like DC to, whatever bullshit. But
no,
then
it's mostly the reviewers. I don't think they're necessarily what they're biased through. They're just saying it's like full of such bad mechanics that are kind of thrown together. But again, new on release day, it might be there's all that could happen. I get
yeah,
sure. But the other one is a game that I haven't been able to play, and I know B-Rob feels the same way. It's NCAA.
I forgot
College football, man. That was my game back in college, and after it just sit with the boys and play for hours and hours, and I loved the game. And then everything, with the NCAA naming rights, all that happened. So finally with NIL, we're able to have it again. So that's exciting.
And anything music or conventions you're excited about?
The Childish Gambino album coming out. Definitely been waiting for a while for that. I think other than that, conventions, all of them. Let's bring it.
Right.
Yeah.
B-Rob.
Like Justin said, NCAA football. Super stoked for that one. Is that Kill the Justice League? Is that only on PlayStation?
No, it's all platforms.
Yeah, I think it's everything.
Yeah, I'm interested to hear about that one too. Then the superhero convention in San Antonio that we're going to be going to in June. Looks like it's last year they had Kit Harington, Haley Steinfeld. They had some really big Captain Marvel. I can never remember her name. Brie Larson. Yeah. They had Daenerys Targaryen. Can't remember her name either ever. Emilia Clarke. Sorry. Yeah. So they had some big names. They're having a second convention called SpaceCon in October that is fully Star Trek, and they've announced some really big names for that. For Star Wars people as well. So I'm really looking forward to that. It's also getting my favorite time of the year with baseball and softball starting up. So just ready to go. Those kids are on new teams. So
I'm interested to see how OU is going to do this year, softball wise.
OU will kill it again. They reloaded. They got Kelly Maxwell and a couple other transfers. So I mean, they'll have either the top pitching staff in the country or number 2. Like Stanford's maybe a little better, but not by much if it is.
Choaf.
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Oh yeah,
part 2 of the Final Fantasy VII remaster.
Is that just a remakes? Is that all it is? It's just a remake.
Yeah, well, but it's been like a ground up remake.
Oh,
like it's not the
all
same
new programming. Yeah.
It's because they've split Final Fantasy VII into 3 games, and this is the part 2 of it.
So it's not like the botchy job they did with 10.
Yeah. Like, this was a complete, like, I think it's like basically Final Fantasy 15 fighting and graphic style of that with the Final Fantasy 7 storyline.
Okay.
And then one called I can't pronounce it ever, but Erudian Chronicles, 100 Heroes or 100 something.
Oh yeah, I saw things that look kind of cool.
It's the Suikoden.
Okay.
Like it's like basically a new Suikoden, so it's like awesome. And then there's a couple of littler ones like Persona 3 remaster is coming out. Be fun. That's about it that I can think of because the rest have already been mentioned. There's another one. South Park Snow Day.
Yes. Yep, that's one of mine.
And it's like budget title. It's only like $30, I think, because it's more of a throwback to that old N64 game.
But those South Park games have been so fun.
Yeah, and it's in that universe of the Fractured Butthole,
Stick of Destiny. Stick of Truth.
Yeah, it's in that that whole timeline and stuff. So that should be good. As far as music, the bands I don't think are releasing albums. Weird Al did say next year he didn't say anything about a whole album, but he did say that he was going to release a new single. So we'll see. And his last album was 2014, I think is what it said.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't have a record label anymore because that was his final one on that record label, and he told him to go pound sand basically because they wanted him to sign like another 20 album deal where they wouldn't give him a deal. And he's like, I just got out of like literally the original album deal I signed with you guys,
and I'm in my 60s.
And now that the internet is the way it is, there was the Internet Leaks album that like he was able to release on his own, or at least like kind of on his own. He's like that did better than half my albums because I can do them more timely. I can come out with a single of the song why it's almost still probably on the charts.
Yeah.
Really well, and it'll hit way better. So he's just like, yeah. And so I'm interested in that. I don't know if he'll do a tour or not, but if he comes through Tulsa, I'll be there.
Bring us up, Guyver.
Games I'm excited about. The Peaches game on the Switch. That one looks like a lot of fun, and that's one that I can play with my youngest because it's multiplayer.
Talk about emotions.
Have you seen the preview for it? It looks fun.
So Princess Peach Showtime?
Yeah. The trailer looks really good for it.
It did look pretty cool.
There's a couple big games that I'm looking forward to this year, but you guys have said a lot of them already. Music, Weezer's Blue album is 25 this year, and they're supposed to re-release it with something big.
Accept that.
If you can stay out of trouble.
They're supposed to be going out on tour again about it and they promised something big with it. And Weezer puts on a hell of a live show. I'm excited about Vampire Weekend has said their 5th album's coming out this year too. They're a lot of fun. That's the big ones. Conventions, B-Rob said, the San Antonio one. I'm looking forward to the Tulsa one with the B-Rob and Dr. Justin and I went to last year just because it was a lot of fun to go to and it was local. And we got to take our kids the second day. That was fun. So I'm looking forward to that because my youngest asked if we could dress up for it. And I'm like, yeah. So I'm looking forward to those. Yeah, that's it. Is there anything you guys would like to leave parting words for 2024 with? What you're looking forward to? Just anything.
Suck at kinetics.
I second that.
And then sounds like that's it. Well, I know.
Here's to the year of the Lions making the Super Bowl. So go Detroit today.
I'm rooting for them. Rooting for them
Against
all
the
the way through.
49ers. So
I think it's the first time Choaf and B-Rob have agreed.
Here's to the year of not devolving into a civil war after an election. Yay!
yeah,
Shit, yeah. Let's.
I just
Early.
pulled, I
That's
just
yet
pulled,
to be seen. Yet
I
to
pulled
be
us all
seen.
down, didn't I? Sorry.
Yep. Way to
Sorry.
end on a high
Oh,
note,
well,
Justin.
thanks a lot,
if that
Doc.
happens, we'll just have to do a year-long Christmas sweater battle to keep everybody laughing.
There you go.
Yeah, we'll have to do that.
Mhm.
With
We need a
that,
better voting system.
this has been Every Man's Guide to Nerddom. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kyle. And wherever you guys are, have a great morning, nighttime, evening, whatever time, wherever it is, wherever you are. Thanks to our guests for being on for this 2-parter. And please be good to each other.
Stay fresh, cheese bags. See ya.
Nerd core could rise up. It could get elevated. Nerd core could rise up. It could get elevated. Nerd core used to be just a made up word. MC